where tonight, from the Plex in Irmo, South Carolina, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Southeastern Collegiate Hockey Conference are proud to present senior night here. South Carolina against the Clemson Tigers, last home game of the season for South Carolina. Third time these two teams have met this season, and already you can hear the atmosphere behind us. It's shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah, these two teams are very excited. As Dillon says earlier, ACHA regionals. This game doesn't mean much for regionals or for the rankings, but it means a lot for pride. And these two teams, no love lost between the two. Expected an exciting and physical matchup tonight.
Right, the ACHA final rankings for the regional tournament were released earlier this week. The Gamecocks, who had been the number 2 seed for almost the whole season, they've slipped down to the number 3 seed, so their auto bid to nationals has slipped away after that 5-4. It was an overtime win against Coastal Carolina, but not enough to get South Carolina that auto bid to nationals. So the Gamecocks will have to go down to Wesley Chapel, Florida, 2 weekends from now, March the 7th and the 8th. They will battle College of Charleston in that opening round. The Gamecocks still the highest seed in regionals, but still, how close they were to getting that auto bid to nationals, it stings a little bit more.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. This team had been in that 2 seed for so long, and it's a weird way that they do those rankings, but after the win, the people that make those rankings didn't think that win was by enough, and it ends up the University of Tampa took that 2 seed, and they will be going automatically straight to Frisco, Texas for those nationals.
Tampa in the number 2 seed. USF got that number 1 bid, but tonight we'll focus for the moment here on the present. It is senior night. Corey Hawkinson and Alex Siegfried, 2 seniors that this is their last home game, and what a fitting way to go out against Clemson. Duncan Hickman, the grad student, he had his senior night last year, but this is his last game at home in front of these fans. And for those 3 players, it's a special night. And what's going through their head right now as they take warm-ups?
Yeah, it's nice to celebrate those guys in front of a big crowd tonight. A lot of people, a big turnout for this game. And for those 3 guys, it's certainly special for them. Their last chance maybe to play hockey in a league like this, and that brotherhood that they have in the locker room. So hopefully a good game from those guys and a good way to go out.
Over 150 combined games played between Hawkinson, Siegfried, and Duncan Hickman. Their opponents tonight, the Tigers of Clemson. We talked to head coach Matt Loughran before the game. So much of this year has been spent down, considerable amounts of players that have a short bench, 12, 13 skaters some night. It's impossible to be competitive when that's the case, but fortunately for the Tigers, reinforcements have arrived here in the second semester.
Yeah, and we've seen it earlier this season, South Carolina winning both the matchups against Clemson at the beginning of the season. But both of those games, Clemson got tired legs come second and third period. Tonight, it's a different story. We'll see what the outcome is.
The Tigers, Palmetto Cup champions in 2017. The Gamecocks have taken it in 2018 and 2019. And again, this is the 3rd game these 2 teams have played. The Gamecocks won the first 2, so the Palmetto Cup is theirs. It'll be handed out at the end of tonight's game. We're just waiting to see how the season series ends. Will it end 2-1, or will it end with another season sweep for the Gamecocks? We'll find out in a moment, though. We'll send you to a break, and when we come back, we'll show you the pregame festivities here, senior night, honoring Corey Hawkinson and Alex Siegfried here on the Capital City Sports Network, presented by SGTV. Welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network. Just about ready to get going with the senior night festivities. Corey Hawkinson and Alex Siegfried being honored right now. We'll get out of your way. We'll just let you listen. Ben Smith, the PA address announcer right now.
Yes, please welcome to the ice, the heart and soul of this Gamecocks team, a man who brings a pillow of blanket and sleeps in the squad round, number 11, Alex Siegfried. Big Bird six best members, doing plays and knows for the net. Alex was right away when we were coming in here. He plans to move forward as a research and development field for research concerned with PhD. Please give Alex and his family a round of applause. And finally, last but certainly not least, for his second consecutive senior night, a man who needs no introduction, number 22, Goaltender. Graduated from the Garland Moore School of Business last spring, has returned to university to pursue his law degree. Please give Duncan and his family a round of applause. And now for the starting lineup. For the visiting team from the upstate, at right wing, number 24, Zach Weeks. At center, number 19, Alex Schreiber. At left wing, number 27, Andrew Butterfield. And the left defensive right, Lance Ralston. And the net, with a turbo haircut, number 31, Jake Badger. And now for your hometown, Carolina Gamecocks. Forward, number 11, Big Great Alex Siegfried. Number 3, Corey Sid the Kid Hawkinson. Also at forward, number 20, Luke Alligator. At defense, best known for his hit check, number 22, Duncan Hickman. Also on defense, the man rocking himself, number 18, Avery Bruno. And in net, he's my friend, he's your friend, he's all of our savior. He is Mayor Goaltender. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats and join us in the singing of our national anthem.
The anthem has been sung, the starting lineups have been announced, the seniors have been addressed and honored here for their time at South Carolina. Duncan Hickman, his second senior night, Corey Hawkinson and Alex Siegfried. 191 career games in Garnet and Black between the three of them. Tons of experience, tons of stories, tons of interactions in the locker room with all their teammates. One last ride here, final home game of the season for South Carolina. In goal for the Gamecocks, Liam Gormley tonight. 9-0-1 on the season, an .894 save percentage, 2.59 goals against average, one shutout. I beg your pardon here. We've got a bit of a holdup here. Some of the patrons have been told, well, there's a discrepancy of who's got a wristband and who doesn't in order to get in. I'm not sure, but Ben's pretty loud on the PA system right now. There's a delay in the start of the game until everybody who does not have a wristband leaves. We'll keep you abreast of any information we have on that. A bit of a monkey wrench in our plans here, but we'll keep going here with the starting lines. As you said, Liam Gormley in goal for the Gamecocks. Across from him, Jake Badger, 2-3-1 for the Tigers, an .850 save percentage, 4.62 goals against average this season through 8 appearances. The Gamecocks will start with their seniors. Duncan Hickman on the back end. Avery Pruden, the sophomore, starts with him. And then Alex Siegfried and Corey Hawkinson, left wing and center, with Luke Rudman on the right side. And for the Tigers, Lance Ralston and Jimmy Piaknik on defense. And Andrew Butterfield, Alex Schreiber, and Zach Weeks across the front for the visitors from Clemson. We've still got more of a hold-up here. And not expecting this, but we'll take it as it comes. It's always something here when it's a home game for Cock Hockey, and now it looks like we're underway. Perhaps. Senior night, one last opportunity here. Corey Hawkinson takes the opening face-off, and it's one forward, though. Zach Weeks picks it up for Clemson. Doubling back, shoveling that one high off a body on the bench. And so we have our first stoppage in play, 7 seconds into the game. That started a little later than we expected. 8:17, the official start time tonight from the Plex in front of apparently more than a capacity crowd.
Yeah, and if you're South Carolina, you're going to want to get the crowd into it early. You want to get that offense going quickly. A lot of chances out on net offensively, and get this crowd pretty loud.
Alex Siegfried in his first game in a Gamecock uniform. Coach Sirwa told him, just go out there and hit somebody. Well, that's the first thing he did. He went out and planted a defenseman as a shot from Hawkinson is blocked into the corner by Badger. Siegfried buried one of the opposing defensemen on his first shift in a Gamecock uniform, and Avery Pruden follows suit here. He sends a man down in the corner. Gamecocks off the turnover, loose in the slot. Rudman whacking at that one. 50-50 puck. The Tigers have it, though. Battling after that one is Siegfried. A nose for the net, as he was described by Ben Smith and also his head coach before this game. Avery Pruden has the puck now. Top of the circles. Backhands this one to the corner. Pruden goes for a line change. 50 seconds gone here in the first period from senior night. Duncan Hickman stepping in towards the middle of the ice. Tyler Oakley fresh from the bench. He'll have to come away with it. And now Corey Hawkinson taking the near side glass. 3 Tigers against Corey Hawkinson. Puck chipped back out, held in by Oakley. Long shot, stick to side there by Badger. The rebound cleared. A little haphazardly through the skates of Jimmy Piaknik, and a collision in the corner. Cam Mecca stirring the pot some more. Puck drifts back in on Gormley, and it takes a couple of bounces there off some ruts in the ice. Line changes for both clubs. And the first line on now for South Carolina. Owen Thomas, Cam Mecca, and Ronan Egan. And now the puck comes all the way back down for an icing, and Tyler Oakley has some more after the whistle. But we'll have a face-off here. About a minute and a half gone in this first period.
Yeah, expect to see that kind of physicality throughout this entire game. There's certainly going to be a lot of pushing and shoving, a lot of bodies out in front of the net, and maybe some action after whistles. But South Carolina doing a good job of extended offensive zone time from the jump there.
Cam Mecca taking that face-off. He wins it back to Tyler Oakley. The battle in front of the net now. Owen Thomas goes back in behind. Thomas tries to swivel one in front, and he gets bodied not once but twice, and Mecca's got the puck, takes a quick shot there. Diving out is Badger, and he makes the game's first real solid stop as he denies Cam Mecca and keeps us scoreless here.
You saw a Tiger go down to the seat of his pants, and it allowed Mecca to work around that goal and creating opportunity out in front of Jake Badger. Tries to lift that one over his shoulder, but Badger manages to snag it. Good save by the Clemson goaltender.
Ronan Egan steps back in at center, and he loses this face-off, and now an odd man break coming back the other way for the Tigers. Down the left side, a quick shot there, he scores! Tomya Samuels right off the hop here. 18-10 to go in the first period. The Tigers strike first, and Samuels is going to let the crowd hear it.
Yeah, that was quick. First shot, first goal for Clemson. Samuels working down that left wing, and Liam Gormley thought he had that corner position correctly, but instead he will go to that near side, and Samuels puts it home. 1-0, Clemson up.
First goal in the orange and purple for Samuels, one of those late additions that Coach Loughran talked about to us before the game as Julian Reese sends a man down to the ice, now back to his feet. Looks like Nathan Ledford. So puck into the bench. Nick Peters playing forward tonight. He's up on the wing there with Reese and Bolger. Evan Hoey stepping out now with Colin Burke. Trying to think back when the last time the Gamecocks surrendered the first goal of the hockey game. I don't believe it's been done here in this building as Hoey sends a man down. Colin Burke plays that puck as Jack Owen Turner's back to his feet after the Hoey hit. Now it's Julian Reese breaking down the left side. Gamecocks in a 1-0 hole, some unfamiliar territory here on home ice. Nick Peters to the corner. Double threat here. Can play defense, can play the wing. He can play wherever you put him. Peters has the puck now. Trying to stick handle away from a host of Tigers, and the puck played back now to Mike Bolger. Sends it back down low for Evan Hoey. And it rolls off the toe of his stick. A centering pass goes wide there. And Bolger holds it in at the blue line. Takes a shot there high and over the net. Open net. Hoey fans on the attempt, and he gets sent down afterwards. Badger makes the save on Evan Hoey. Keeps it at a 1-0 hockey game here. What an opportunity for Evan Hoey, a guy that doesn't find himself in front of the opposition's net too often.
Yeah, quick one-timer opportunity for Evan Hoey, and he gets bodied as soon as he releases that puck, but gets up, skates to the bench. And one thing the Gamecocks have to avoid doing is last week in that Coastal game when they went down early, they kind of let that shock sink in, and it was a quick reaction for Coastal to put two more on top.
Quick shot in front there, Noah Maddie redirecting the Avery Pruden blast from the point. And Badger, he gets that one, looks like right underneath his pads. Doesn't get the clean butterfly stop. Instead, he just kind of smothers it with whatever he can here. That'll take some more time off the clock. Still not even 3 minutes into this hockey game. We've got our first goal, and, well, it wasn't a Gamecock that scored it. Maddie out with Ian Powderly and Chad Lezyne. These three have been together for most of the second semester here. As Pruden fires one that goes wide as well. Pruden firing the puck a lot here tonight through the game's opening stages. He's got one goal on the season as he races back to pick the puck up now. Exits the zone, a nice stretch past Ian Powderly. Gamecocks coming back in transition. It's knifed off Powderly's stick. Noah Maddie's got to come back and touch up, and they will rule that clanked off the steel of Ian Powderly's skate. So neutral zone face-off coming up here, 16:48 to go. And another opportunity. The Gamecocks are, I wouldn't say on their heels, but you can tell they're a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job of getting offensive opportunities when they come up, but they got to be careful to not let those fast breaks define this game.
Gamecocks have won a considerable amount against Clemson. In the last 5 years, South Carolina is 10-3-1 against their rivals from Clemson. Last time the Tigers won in this building was senior night of 2018, a 7-0 win. And Duncan Hickman, the only remaining member of that team, perhaps, with the exception of maybe Ian Powderly and Corey Hawkinson, well, Siegfried as well. Okay, the more I talk about it, the more I realize there were more players on that team, but not as many. Again, it is a young team. Hawkinson with the puck now. Players draped all over him. He gets sandwiched a little bit, and the Tigers come back the other way. Bolstered by their opening opportunity. Schreiber carries it over the line, drops this one off, lets it go in front. Off the skates of Rudman, two big saves by Gormley. Puck loose and cleared off the line by Siegfried. From the point, a shot knocked down on its way. Picked up top of the circles off the leg of Rudman. Bounces back down to Siegfried. And the save of the game right now belongs to the man wearing number 11 in garnet. Siegfried throws a hit as well. Jackal pinches in, throws a puck to the net. Egan around in front, centering pass, no one was home. Evan Hoey rolls down from his position at the blue line and chips it down low for Egan once again. Sophomore in his first year as alternate captain. Sends a backhander in the slot for Mecca. Nice move, loses the puck though, still it's loose. They throw it back out, we're gonna be held in by Evan Hoey. Stumbling, holds it in. Egan has it, escorts it back down low. Off his skate though for Cam Mecca. Owen Thomas battling in front. He comes down low to help out. Thomas for Mecca. Underneath in front there for Egan. That play shut down. Back to the point. Hoey fires one. Knocked up into the air and swatted down. Solid glove save by Jake Badger. And the Gamecocks buzzing in the offensive zone. At one huge play and almost goal at one end. They go right back down the other way. Similar situation.
Yeah, quick developing action by the Clemson Tigers, working in on Liam Gormley. Gormley making the initial save, and then somehow that puck squeaked underneath him and sat on that goal line before Alex Siegfried made an incredible clear to keep this at a 1-0 game. South Carolina, good chance on the offensive end as well. A lot of back and forth action.
The Tigers, no strangers to punching up, if you will. They took down Georgia by a score of 3-2 back in January. On the 24th, that was at home. That was their last win of the season. The Tigers 3-10-1-2 this season as they are offside right now. That play whistled down again. If you are unaware, the Gamecocks 19-1-1-1. That is one loss, one tie coming at the hands of Virginia Tech. The loss was to Tennessee on the road in November, and that overtime loss was just a couple of weekends ago at the hands of the Auburn Tigers that bounced them from contention in the SEC tournament. Off the boards, it's taken by Nick Peters. Escorted out there. Mike Bolger on the skipping puck. He's got Reese going towards the goal. Centering pass in front. Oh, he scores! You better believe it. Julian Reese gets the Gamecocks on the board.
Oh, they're buzzing right now. Fans excited, players excited. Julian Reese coming in. Mike Bolger doing the dirty work, working that puck into the offensive zone, moving it in towards goal and then dropping it off. Beautiful pass. All Reese had to do was finish, and he did just that to get it by Jake Badger. Beautifully executed possession there by the Gamecocks. Good goal by Julian Reese, and we are tied at 1.
Goal number 23 for number 23. We thought Reese had broken the school scoring record last weekend against Coastal. Now here's Noah Matty. We'll get back to that in a minute. Matty is shot there right in and out of the glove of Badger, and sprawling around, he's able to whirl back and cover that puck up. Another dangerous opportunity. Noah Matty keeping his foot planted firmly on the gas. But as I was saying, we thought Julian Reese had broken the scoring record, originally held by Eric Patterson, 22 goals in one season, set back in 2014. The goals were redistributed a little bit there, so Julian Reese sitting at 22 going into this game. He's got 23 now, and he is the all-time leading scorer in a single season at the University of South Carolina. A freshman, nonetheless. At the point now, Oakland tipped in front there. Badger has that puck rocket off his goal stick up into the netting for another stoppage, and there you see Badger using one of the composite material goal sticks, and typically goalies go back and forth between using the composite sticks, or a lot of them still use the wood with the foam core. Gormley and Badger both using the composite. Puck pops off of them much more lively than it does off the wood sticks. Now here's a shot by Powderly right on. Badger makes that save, and you saw it as it popped off his stick. That puck was going a million miles an hour up over into the netting, and that's what you want as a goaltender, get the rebound out of there.
Yeah, South Carolina right now trying to smell some blood in the water and take advantage of the momentum they have from that first goal.
Tigers punch the Gamecocks in the nose to start this game out. No question about that. They break back the other way. It's Ferrone with possession and offsides again. The rush being stalled here for the Tigers, as Ferrone was coming wide there with Jacob Vanderleest. 6 goals this season for Vanderleest. That's good enough for a 3-way tie with Joe Halsey and Alex Schreiber for the second on the team. Nick Cheser leads the Tigers with 7 goals. A low-scoring season for the Tigers, but that certainly does not seem to be bothering them so far in this game. A shot off the shin guards. Noah Matty sees that one roll away. Ronan Egan sends it up for Cam Mecca. He's alone. Mecca by himself, fakes the shot. He scores! Do you expect anything else from Cam Mecca at this point? 2-1 South Carolina.
Well, how pretty was that, Dillon? Cam Mecca reading the play from the get-go, taking off, seeing that his teammate's going to get him the puck in a great stretch pass, blue line to blue line, and Cam Mecca does the rest. All the way offensive zone in, working in towards the goalie. Little fake shot deep, move to the backhand and put it home. Jake Badger had no chance. What a goal by Cam Mecca.
On this season, that is Cam Mecca's 17th tally. Back the Tigers come the other way with speed. Now the Gamecocks having a little bit of a jump. Mecca scored 15 in last year, his rookie season. Already upping his totals as we expect him to do for his remainder here at South Carolina. A couple of shots knocked down on their way. The Tigers go D-to-D in the neutral zone. And this game rather, looking like it could be a classic right off the bat here as an icing comes back down. Gormley signals that one. The official as well blowing the whistle, and that'll send it back the other way. Luke Rudman having some words there at center ice with Thomas Carroll. And it's refreshing to see such a back and forth matchup right off the bat, because so many times in the past it's been the Gamecocks really having their way with the Tigers.
Absolutely, and to add on to that, the Coastal game and the Auburn game, two of the last 3 games for this Gamecock squad, the offense hasn't really been there for a couple of periods. So it's good to see South Carolina come out quickly.
Peters off the steal, fires one high there. It goes over the shoulder of Badger, over the glass as well. It catches the netting and hangs there. Fans waiting patiently at it. You can see all the faces down there looking intently up at that puck. Fortunately, there are extras. Equipment manager Alan Gordon flips one to the official. Gordon, in his second year as equipment manager here for the University of South Carolina, makes sure that everything is as close to a well-oiled machine as a hockey team can be. Make sure the jerseys are clean for the players, and a shot there right on. Popped up in the air off the blocker of Badger. Reese on for Peters again. Pruden pinching down low. Throws a shoulder one more time. Back it rolls now for Julian Reese. Galloping on. Peters throws a hit. The puck rolls free, and the Tigers come back and turn that puck over. Duncan Hickman will chip this one out in front of his own bench. Slapped back in off the stick of Schreiber. Hickman sidesteps Schreiber and kicks that puck, and Bolger races after it. He's just a hair too slow. Would have been a brilliant opportunity for Bolger. Get another rookie out of the northern states here. Seems like most of the guys that come through now are from that Pennsylvania, Massachusetts area of the country. The Tigers chip this one all the way back out. Racing after that one, Andrew Butterfield. He's hard on Tyler Oakley, who shrugs Butterfield off pretty convincingly. And now Bolger's got it inside the blue line. Bolger, nice move to the back end. Inside, outside shot. Big save, rebound, a shot off the goalpost. They score on the rebound. Looks like Tyler Oakley put it home. 3-1 South Carolina. They would not be denied.
How about that? Tyler Oakley picking up his 7th goal of the campaign. Again, Mike Bolger coming through, working that puck into the offensive zone. Some beautiful stick work there by Mike Bolger, getting the shot on net, setting up Tyler Oakley out in front. The first one doesn't go, but he certainly chases his own rebound, gets the second, knocks that one in. Good goal for Tyler Oakley, and the Gamecocks on top 3-1.
Nick Peters, often thought of as the Gamecocks' most offensive defenseman. Tyler Oakley this season is rewriting that narrative. 7 goals this year. 3 power play goals, though that was at even strength. Owen Thomas, the only player in a Gamecock uniform that's got more power play goals, is a shot kicked out there by Badger. And taken now by Ronan Egan. By himself. Into the corner, he'll drop it off for Thomas now. Doubled up behind the cage, sends that one off, a skate in front. Tapped that there by Jimmy Piaknik. Covered by Badger and held for a faceoff. And Zach, I do believe that the goal song after Oakley's goal, that was Jellyfish Jam, if I am not mistaken.
Yes, it was, and it certainly got the crowd going, that's for sure.
One of the most iconic episodes in SpongeBob history. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take the time and go watch. After the game, of course, perhaps at intermission. Offensive zone draw here. The Gamecocks have it only for a moment. It's slapped back out, chipped back in, though, by Colin Burke. They'll play ping pong with it for a little while. We'll see who's got it. Right now, it's Owen Thomas. Sharp angle shot. Save made, rebound picked up by Egan. A shot there. That goes high and wide as sprawling out was Badger. From the point in Hoey. That shot goes off a shin guard. Hoey gets a stick up high. Play continues. Liam Clark will leave his stick behind, and he'll throw a shoulder at Ronan Egan as he goes back to get his fallen stick. Back the other way, stepping in, shooting one high there, and Gormley with the glove. He shuts down Thomas Samuels and keeps the score at 3-1.
Gormley hasn't been tested for a while, really since that last Clemson goal. Good save there for the first Clemson opportunity in quite some time.
Defensive zone draw, first one in a while here for South Carolina. They win it back. Noah Maddie on that one. And you notice the way Noah Maddie takes faceoffs. We talked about it in Nashville, I believe. He gets so low. Looks like he's playing lacrosse out there as a collision in front of the Gamecock bench. And hurt on this play is Colin Burke. He's slow to get up. Play continues back in the Tigers zone. Burke will go for a line change, and scurrying into the play now is Avery Pruden. Wheeling back up near side, crunched in front of the official and some fans. Samuels goes down, he pops back up, and Hoey has some trouble with the puck behind the Gamecock net. It's taken by Ian Powderly, has some trouble on it there. Chipped out there after he gets hit by Jack Owen Turner. And the errant puck is steered back in by Duncan Hickman. Easy save there by Jake Badger, and it ricochets off his goal stick and into the netting one more time. 9:39 to go in the first period. A game that was 1-0 Clemson, now 3-1 South Carolina.
Yeah, good answer by South Carolina answering that initial goal. You got to hope Colin Burke's okay. An awkward collision right in front of his bench. And he's a big guy. You saw him on the ground there on the ice. His skate was hanging up, and it was the size of a lot of his teammates.
That shot goes wide after Duncan Hickman lets it go from the blue line. Avery Pruden charges into the wall to hold that puck in, and he throws it back down low where Alex Siegfried goes after it. Just a step too slow. Hickman chips it back in one more time as Hawkinson doubles back from the neutral zone. Another battle in that near side corner. Things a little difficult to see because of the curvature of the glass. A big hit in the corner. That'll draw a penalty. Looks like Luke Rudman, perhaps Corey Hawkinson rather. So Hawkinson gets on the score sheet for the first time in his senior night, and it will be in the form of a penalty. 9:10 to go, first period. First man advantage belongs to the Tigers.
And this is Clemson's chance to get back into this game. After 3 unanswered goals for the Gamecocks, Clemson have 2 minutes here to try and put something on the board to keep this one a little closer. If not, a kill by the Gamecocks will build on that momentum, and that's the opposite of what you want if you're a Tigers fan.
Yeah, this game does not have any bearing on the regional rankings. Those are set in stone. The Gamecocks will play College of Charleston on March the 7th. But they're playing for pride right now. They're playing for their seniors. Then one of them's in the penalty box right now. Tigers on the power play. Center point. Samuels lets it go. It goes down low. It's picked up and corralled there by McKeon. McEwen throws that off a stick, and it's bounced back down, held at the point. Samuels walking in, and he collides with McEwen there a little bit. Cam Mecca hard on Samuels, and loose the puck rolls. Now for Ronan Egan, shorthanded, down the right side. Here he comes, Egan, to the goal. A shot there. He goes crashing into the net. Play is stopped. Cam Mecca battles more with McEwen. No one seems to be any worse for wear. Play stopped with 1:28 to go on the power play for the Tigers.
Big play by Lance Ralston there, getting back shorthanded. Ronan Egan working it down the right side, trying to beat Ralston in to go to that backhand to try and score on Badger, but Ralston wouldn't let him in, and it ended up sending him into the net there. But now an offensive zone face-off for the Gamecocks shorthanded, and some more time to take off this power play.
It's the hardest I think I've ever seen Ronan Egan go towards the net. He had a full head of steam and then some. Well, the Tigers escape a bit of a hairy situation on the power play. Puck chipped back in. It'll take a couple of bounces there on Gormley. He was sitting back on his goal line. Makes the save, and the puck played now to Julian Reese. Perhaps a 2-on-1. Reese shorthanded again with Bolger. Sends one in front there. Bolger just reaching out. He couldn't get to the puck in time. This will create a rush back the other way. For the team on the power play, it is Liam Clark. Drives it out wide. Shoots one high there. Gormley fights that one off with the shoulder. Perhaps the blocker as well. Held in at the point, walking and sending that one off the leg of Evan Hoey. In a bit of some discomfort. Julian Reese takes a shoulder. The play goes D to D out in the neutral zone. 40 seconds to go on the penalty to Corey Hawkinson. They have not received official word on the booking as Hoey gathers that puck and fires a laser down the other way. You do believe it was boarding or hitting from behind, one of those two. They go hand in hand sometimes. And now it looks like one more opportunity for the Tigers on the power play. They score, make it a 3-2 game. And momentum looks quite a bit different. The Gamecocks trying to shut that down right now. They got a 2-goal cushion. They would like to keep it for as long as they can. Now towards center off the toe of a stick, picking it up with some speed now. Back the other way is Mcewan. Fires a shot there, and Gormley punches it aside. Follow-up chance goes off the shin guards of Oakley. Bounces up into the air, and from the bench, in exchange for Corey Hawkinson comes Ian Powderly. The Gamecocks have killed off the penalty. Tigers go 0 for 1. Battling for it along the far side boards. It rolls up the wall. Intercepted off the turnover. Noah Maddie has that puck roll up on it. Maddie down the far side. Tries to center for Ryan McGowan. McGowan goes hard into the boards, and Maddie battling there, getting some stick work up high. Chad Lezyne throws a hit, and looks like he caught the worst of it himself. Samuels escorts this one on. Pieknik, near side, centering pass, shut down, rebound goes in front. Gormley gets crashed into, the net comes off. He pops right back up, though we'll keep an eye on him. That was even more dangerous than the collision at the other end.
Yeah, Pieknik trying to center that one for DeBose. And South Carolina defense trying to shoving that one off. I think that was Ryan McGowan pushing his man, trying to prevent that pass from connecting, but instead he flies right into Liam Gormley. Gormley looks all right to me.
Scary situation, and I do beg your pardon. Those of you watching at home as well as Zach, I gave you some wrong information. That is Nick Cheser, 26 rather than 28, worn by James Pieknik. And so Gormley no worse for wear. Mecca's got the puck. He's got Ronan Egan breaking towards the net as well. Mecca behind the goal with some speed. Centers one there, intended for Owen Thomas. It goes off the stick in front, belonging to Zach Weeks. Rolls underneath, and now Egan gives it for Mecca. Tries to step out from the goal line. He's shut down, though Avery Pruden keeps the puck in at the blue line. Redirected in front. Egan alone gets handcuffed there. He draws a penalty. Gormley heads to the bench. It's touched up, and we'll have a hooking call. That will send Charles Dubose to the box. Number 4 typically worn by Nick Baltus, but tonight it is Dubose.
And had another run-in with a goaltender tonight. Badger there gets that one as he resets his mask. And South Carolina now to the power play. A great chance out in front for Ronan Egan. Tried to stick handle, open up a space for him, but it was in tight too much, and there was nothing there. But South Carolina now on this power play, big chance to extend the lead with 6:06 to go.
Reese out with his line mates, his typical line mates, Peters and Bolger. Bolger, who now gives it back to Ryan McGowan, and now on for Tyler Oakley. 3 power play goals this season as he sends that one right down low. Mike Bolger waiting for the one-timer McGowan. Stops it and sends it for Oakley. Now to the goal line in Peters. Waiting patiently, he'll switch with Oakley. Give the puck over for McGowan, and he'll get it right back. Peters fires one through traffic, pinballs off some legs on its way. And now Oakley dishes it back to Peters. Oakley down low, sends a sharp angle shot right into the glove of Badger, who looked like he was a little off his angle. An awkward or uncomfortable save, but he does make the save, so 1:27 to go on the man advantage. A little over 5.5 to go in the first.
Good puck movement on the power play. Nick Peters taking a no-look shot there from the blue line, trying to send that one in, hoping for a deflection, but good execution so far.
Off the draw, the Gamecocks put this one back in behind the goal. Powderly comes on in exchange for Peters. He's stationed in front of that there with Julian Reese. McGowan fires one there, tipped on its way. Blocked aside by Badger. Bolger on the rebound. Sends a saucer pass near side. Oakley, now McGowan. Looking back down low, sends it redirected again on its way. Taken off the dasher, sent back down for Julian Reese. Bolger rotating. Across now in Oakley. Back for Bolger. The Tigers collapsing into the slot there. Sends a ripper of a pass all the way across. Too far for Julian Reese. 1 goal already tonight. Bolger with a pair of assists. He's got the puck in front for Oakley, almost. That goes by the wayside, and the puck will be chipped all the way back at a roller. We have to stop behind the goal by Gormley. Picked up by McGowan. Fresh legs for both clubs. 30 seconds on the man advantage. It's stolen. Back the other way, Ryan Ferrone shorthanded. 1 man against 3. They'll chip the puck in, and that could have been dangerous for South Carolina. One more opportunity as Owen Thomas sidesteps Ferrone. And now Thomas gets the legs churning up ice. Owen Thomas driving wide. Going behind the goal now, and Badger fell a little bit there. Rudman at the point. Waiting, giving it back down for Thomas. Back to the point. Lets one go. Tipped on its way. It goes out of play once again. 3 seconds on the power play. And fantastic puck position for the Gamecocks on that one. They just couldn't get any good looks towards the goal.
Yeah, couldn't find that right opportunity. Badger doing a good job standing in front of those shots right now. With 3 seconds on the power play, South Carolina, maybe 5 seconds total until that man gets back in the defensive zone for the Tigers. Try and win this face-off and get a quick chance on net from the blue line.
Mecca waiting for that puck to come back to him, and it does. He's got it, though. Penalty time expires. Owen Thomas battling for it. Shoots one there. A laser beam goes wide to the blocker side. Evan Hoey chips a rolling puck back down. Given to Cam Mecca. Hesitates, stutter step, looking for the wraparound. Stuff attempt in front. And the puck is somewhere underneath Jake Badger. And more will come from this. You can be sure of that.
Yeah, some more shoving out in front, but great job by Jake Badger. Good reaction. Cam Mecca looking for that wraparound. Badger cutting to the other side, and Cam Mecca reverting back, trying to get the pass out in front of the slot to put home, but Badger got back even quicker and falls on top of that one. Good save.
Thomas Samuels, you can see already a lightning rod here for his Clemson Tigers. Scored a goal. He's drawn, well, it'll be a 4-on-4. He sits in the box with Owen Thomas, but he started that scrum in front. And for a Clemson team that hasn't had a lot of pushback over the last few years, that's the kind of guy you want on your roster.
Yeah, scrappy guy. Picked up his first goal of the season earlier on, and I'm sure he's feeling himself. Good job out in front there. Protecting that puck from going in the net. But Samuels has been real good for this Clemson team tonight.
Offsetting minors as that battle goes up and turns into penalty minutes. Owen Thomas now with 18 of them this season. We'll skate 4-on-4. Corey Hawkinson out with Alex Siegfried, Hunter Jackal, and Evan Hoey. Not typically the faster players, as back the other way with some speed. Now a centering pass shut down by Jackal. Picked up on the rebound there. That shot from Nick Cheser goes wide. The puck bounces out in front. Now comes back to the point. A shot tipped, and it may have gone off the crossbar. Stays out of the Gamecock net. It's Siegfried with Corey Hawkinson. Siegfried has trouble with the puck. He chips it back in. Those two won a state championship at Chapin High a handful of years before they came here to South Carolina. Coached by one of the Gamecock assistants, Steve Brochu, and the skate sharpening guru, as he is known in the locker room. On this 4-on-4, mishandled puck comes free to Hunter Jackal, now on for Corey Hawkinson. Tries to spike that puck between the legs of Ben Brooker. He can't do it, and it's wrestled back out from the neutral zone into Clemson territory by Hunter Jackal. It'll roll around, and the Tigers will take over. Out to center, 50-50 puck. Really taken over by Noah Matty, given on to Avery Pruden, a shot there. That goes off the shins again of Brooker. 55 to go on the 4-on-4. Duncan Hickman rolling down from the point. Taken to the boards there by Zach Weeks. Is now back the other way with some speed. Come the Tigers. It is Weeks down the far side. Lets one go. Gormley kicks that one out with the right pad. No one wants to get after the rebound. Now finally Chad Lezyne swings in after it. On the rush with Duncan Hickman. Lezyne swings wide, goes in behind the goal. Left-handed shot, pulls up in that left wing corner. Loses it for a moment, chips it up off the boards to Noah Matty. 30 seconds on the 4-on-4. Matty turns the hips and fires that one back in. Duncan Hickman closes a man off. Looked like it could have been a considerable hit there on Joe Halsey. Hickman again after Zach Weeks. He throws the body one more time. Chip back out. Matty holds it in on the backhand. Turned over though. And Hickman will make a beeline for the bench. That was a long shift for him. The Tigers, they got to be careful there. Almost to too many men on the ice. They had 4, 5, 6 players coming over the boards all at one time. A shot there punched out by Gormley. It will stay in. Catches the glass, and now that'll send Tyler Oakley after it. We're back at 5-on-5. Puck escorted back out, and Owen Thomas gets after it. Chips it wide. Thomas down the right side. He loses the puck, though. Turns it around. Perhaps a wraparound. Badgers floundering in the goal crease. Mecca chips one up and over his head. And now Egan finds Mcewan. Cross ice. Oakley sends one tipped in front. It goes off the outside of the goal, and we've got a whistle. The net may be off. Owen Thomas hunched over in front. Yeah, the net is off. 1:18 to go in the first. 3-1 South Carolina. Very nearly 4-1 thanks to Owen Thomas and Cam Mecca.
Yeah, the Tigers caught a break there with the net off. Cam Mecca still had a chance behind the net. Perhaps a wraparound opportunity. Not foreign to Cam Mecca. We've seen plenty of those.
One comes to mind.
That overtime victory against Coastal. Wraparound goal to make it 5-4, an important win for the Gamecocks.
Samuels brings it back, drops it off. Quick shot, save made. Gormley, the rebound loose in front. Gormley makes a second stop to deny Butterfield. Butterfield in the corner now, closed off by Oakley. Samuels has it near side. He turns back towards the point, has a man breaking towards the goal. He'll drop it off instead for Pieknik. Loses it in the skates of Egan and clears this one for Owen Thomas. Perhaps Cam Mecca now racing on as Thomas needed a line change. Puck drifting in on Badger. He'll get a whistle and a stoppage inside 45 seconds.
A lack of action since that last South Carolina goal. There hasn't been a lot of chances on net on the Clemson offensive end. South Carolina's had a couple, but nothing daring enough to go in with 45 seconds remaining in this first.
One more opportunity at the end of this period. That centering pass there, kicked out by Badger. If the Gamecocks could make it 4-1 and improve that margin, that'd be mental weight off their shoulders. And if the Tigers can get back into it, score one, make it 3-2, as this one right in the glove of Badger, he'll drop it off. If they can score to make it 3-2, that's a completely different hockey game. That's a huge swing for the Tigers when they come out in the second. Burke back on the ice, not bothered by that collision that wrapped his knee up, and Badger gloves another Julian Reese shot. He'll stay at 1 goal on the night for the moment here. And one more offensive zone opportunity for the Gamecocks, and you better believe they're going to be going for it right here.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity in the offensive zone. If you manage to squeak one in the final seconds of this first period, it's a different message at the intermission for both teams.
Peters wins the draw, but the winger swings in for the Tigers, picks that one off, delayed offsides. Not icing, not a penalty. We thought it could have been a penalty for a moment there. It's held in. We thought it was held in by Evan Hoy. The puck rolls all the way back down. Doesn't matter. Time has expired. So after a different start to things here on senior night, leading the scoring, the new guy, Thomas Samuels for Clemson, put one up over the blocker of Gormley. The Gamecocks respond in suit. Julian Reese, Cam Mecca, and Tyler Oakley. And that is where we stand. 20 minutes in the books, 3-1 South Carolina. We will step aside, and when we come back, Zach and I will break down the first period for you here on the Capital City Sports Network, presented by SGTV. Welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network. The score through 20 minutes: South Carolina leads Clemson on senior night by a score of 3-1. Good end to this first period, but the start was a little rockier than some would have expected.
Yeah, usually the South Carolina team is the one that comes out first and scores that first goal, but this time Clemson, a team that they've played twice this season and beat pretty handily both times, they jumped out to a quick lead, and South Carolina doing a good job answering back. 3 unanswered goals in that first period, and great offense by the Gamecocks.
A little bit of adversity to start out this game, but not usually a bad thing. The Gamecocks' first line, well, their first 2 lines, Bolger and Reese getting involved as always. You saw Julian Reese breaking the school scoring record for a single season, but that first line, Cam Mecca, Owen Thomas, Ronan Egan, they continue to dominate the puck possession game and therefore the offensive zone as a whole.
Yeah, they're leaders offensively on this team. So good. Bolger, I keep talking about his performance in Nashville, was just mind-blowing. The way he dished out 3 goals in that game against Auburn. An impressive performance from him, and he kept it going tonight with a couple of assists and a goal tonight. And they've just done a really good job. Cam Mecca also getting things done offensively. That line is really impressive.
That last South Carolina goal, we thought sincerely that it belonged to Tyler Oakley, but the word from the penalty box, it was officially credited to Mike Bolger. Julian Reese gets the lone assist on that one, and that gets us to 3-1. But the pushback from the Clemson side, they've got some legs to back up their play. And that's going to play out a little bit more here in the second and in the third period when we really see a lot of that coming out.
Yeah, it's a different Clemson team than we saw the last 2 times. Samuels has played an incredible game. We talked about him earlier, the freshman, young kid for this Clemson team that has come out and had a pretty good performance tonight. A couple of odd man rushes leading to big chances for Clemson in that first period, but a good performance from them. We'll see if they can keep it up for the rest of this game.
We'll keep an eye on number 12 in white as this game progresses. 3-1, South Carolina leads Clemson. Second period coming your way after this on the Capital City Sports Network, presented by SGTV. Welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network. Second period just about to begin here. 3-1 the Gamecocks leading Clemson from the Plex. We talked about the credit for the goal being changed. I talked to Mike Bolger in the intermission about that third goal. I said, did you score that third? And he goes, no, I shot it, went off Oakley, and Oakley put it home. And I said, well, you got it now, and they're going to give Julian the assist. And he goes, nothing for Oakley? No. So, Tyler Oakley, your work is appreciated, just not on the score sheet for right now.
Yeah, I'm sure Bolger will go out and buy him a dinner at some point later.
Sure, Mike Bolger's not complaining. Goal number 15 this season for Bolger. And how about what these rookies have done for the South Carolina team?
It's been really impressive. As we've talked about a lot, the best season in club history, and it's really on the back of these freshmen that have played so well.
Off the turnover, Vanderleest here. The Gamecocks seeking their 20th win of the season. Alex Siegfried chugging along with that puck after a penalty. They'll send Siegfried to the box. So neither one of the seniors have scored yet. Both of them have visited the penalty box. Neither one of the true seniors. Again, we'll keep Duncan Hickman in a class of his own as a fifth year as a law student just to avoid any confusion. So Alex Siegfried joins Aiden Hoey, the youngest Hoey in the penalty box for right now. 2 minutes for a high stick, 6 seconds into period number 2.
Well, they wanted to make sure they left their mark on the game, and they've certainly done that.
Second power play opportunity for the Tigers in this hockey game. McEwen sends it back down low to the goal line. Cross-ice pass tipped on its way there. Samuels has some trouble with this one. Racing after him is Cam Mecca, though, short-handed. Mecca takes down Samuels. He's got the puck. Mecca by himself, rolling out far side, sends it off the skate of Ronan Egan. The Gamecock defensemen stay back in the neutral zone, not wanting to pinch in and take too much of a risk here. Cam Mecca flying to start this second period, and cranking that puck back in is Avery Pruden. It comes now to Jake Badger, who gets a little bit of a snowstorm from Ronan Egan. Cam Mecca bumps off John McEwen, and that's some gamesmanship there from Egan.
Yeah, good start to the penalty kill for the Gamecocks. More zone time for South Carolina than for Clemson, as Cam Mecca racing down into the offensive zone to hold on to that puck. Good job by the captain.
Bolger and Reese step on now for South Carolina with Colin Burke, who sees that puck taken by Bolger. He backskates towards his own goaltender, sends a saucer pass across for Evan Hoey, and ladles this one all the way back down past the goal stick of Jake Badger. Forechecking Julian Reese, disruptive in the defensive zone for the Tigers as always. He knifes that puck away from Halsey and almost gets it back a second time. Gotta be careful not to take a hooking penalty there. The puck rolling up a little bit. Hoey steering wide there, Jacko and Turner. Puck comes in behind the Gamecock net. Mike Bolger on this one, a goal and an assist so far in this hockey game. Halsey sends a backhander cross ice in front of the Clemson bench, gaining the blue line and firing this one as it's soccered along there by Burke. A turnover shot saved by Gormley. They'll blow it down immediately. And will they rule a hand pass perhaps? I saw that gesture from a number of people out there. 18:40 to go in the second period after the stoppage. 46 seconds on Clemson's second power play tonight. Big save by Gormley.
Yeah, Colin Burke trying to clear that puck out with his skate and ends up kicking it up into the air for that hand pass. But Gormley coming up big here early on in this second period.
First shot of the game beat him. And now the first shot of the second period, he's able to corral that one. It was a big stop. Again, 3-1, quite different from 3-2 in terms of how it's viewed mentally and the momentum that could bring. This puck may have tipped the top of the pane of glass. It stays in, though, and Tyler Oakley rattles this one all the way around. That'll take us down to 23 seconds on the power play for the Tigers, and Chad Lezyne coming in shorthanded, making things difficult for Badger in behind his own net. Chad Lezyne blows a man up behind the play, and a collision from Ryan McGowan, taking down Butterfield as this puck rolls around again. A collision down to our right. The puck is in the neutral zone. More hits. There's so much going on all at once behind the play. Delayed penalty here against Clemson. Noah Maddie swivels it far side corner. Alex Siegfried beats his man to the puck. He can't hang on to it, though. And finally, they'll blow that one dead. Tons of collisions and infractions to the rules all over the ice. We couldn't keep them straight. Play's finally been stopped here just after 2 minutes have gone off the clock here in the second period, and we'll have more parades to the penalty box, so the Gamecocks killed off that penalty.
Well, I tell you what, Chad Lezyne blows up Liam Clark in the Clemson defensive zone, and that puck scrambles out, and then eventually it goes back to a slow-moving Clark into the neutral zone. And he was afraid to hold on to that puck as he saw Chad Lezyne coming for a second time, and Lezyne delivered another hit to Clark and took the puck over. Then Clemson taking that penalty. A lot of physicality out of the jump of this second period, but South Carolina another chance to extend this lead.
Puck chipped out here off the Gamecock power play. Ferrone in the box. We are awaiting the official word. But while we wait for that, Owen Thomas sends it back down for Luke Rubin in front off the skate of Mecca. And a whistle will bring another, well, it'll bring a stoppage for sure. We don't know if it brings a penalty with it as well. Oh, the net has been, I apologize. It happens so subtly, and it's not off by much. So the net was knocked off. That'll bring an explanation to the stoppage here. 12 seconds gone on the Gamecock power play. They'll try again. It's dropped, and Thomas feeds Mecca. Underneath he rolls. That's where Cam Mecca makes his money. In behind the opposition's goal. Now he's stationed out to the far side. It's batted at there. Nice hand-eye coordination by Vanderleest. Whacked at one-handed by Nick Peters. It rolls into the possession now of Cam Mecca. Watch the way Cam Mecca's feet have been moving. He blows a tire there. He's been all over the ice tonight. He moves it on now for Rudman. Not a staple on the Gamecock power play, but he's been noticeable out there in this one. Peters, near side corner. Rudman lets it go for his captain. Away from Samuels. It rolls up the dasher there. Mecca seeing Samuels get body position. They'll control the puck. Rolls down for Rudman. Dropping it off for Mecca again. 1 minute on this power play. In front, off the outside of the goal. Luke Rudman scored in both Clemson games so far this season. Rudman 22 points on the year, and Peters able to hold it in at the blue line. Nice snag there. That shot goes high off the shoulder of Chesser. Underneath Rudman, feeding Egan. Pulls it out, shoots it in the net off by a mile and a half. I caught that one. 43 seconds on the power play here, and again, we see it starting to become a problem. Those nets come off time and time again. They're not anchored as strongly as they could be. Certainly not anchored as well as they are in the NHL or even the ECHL for that matter.
Yeah, Cam Mecca not happy. That's the second or third time tonight for either team that an offensive possession has been shut short because of the net being off its bearings.
Off the draw, 41 seconds on this power play. Ryan McGowan walks out and finds Tyler Oakley again. His shot sticked away there. Rebound goes off the outside of the goal. Quick release from Julian Reese. Ryan McGowan at the point, knocked down. It's tipped by Ian Powderly, rolls to the corner where Mike Bolger comes after it. And now sent on and across for Tyler Oakley. Hash marks, shot, blocker, save made. It pops up in the air, and whacking at that one was Julian Reese. Boy, if he would have put that puck in, Gamecocks are going on SC top 10. As that shot is covered and held by Badger. And the Gamecocks knocking on the door here on their second power play of the game, but just like the first, haven't been able to break the door down.
Yeah, and that's a common theme we've seen from this power play of late. South Carolina doing a good job of possessing the puck and moving it very cleanly and efficiently in the offensive zone, but they haven't executed the offensive opportunities that haven't come as often as they would like.
One last opportunity on this Gamecock power play, a turnover. Fortunate there, it's centering pass, too far past the stick of Ian Powderly. Chipped underneath from Ryan McGowan to Noah Maddie. Time expires. Gamecocks 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. A turning shot knocked down in front. And the loose puck rolls all the way out. Is back to his feet. Lance Ralston. Cross ice pass on sides. Here come the Tigers. Centering pass knocked down. Broken up nicely by Oakley. And that puck skipped up on Noah Maddie. He was trying to feed a nice tape-to-tape pass to Ian Powderly. Maddie beside himself as he follows that play up. He's not sure how that puck rolled up on him. Nice hit by Tyler Oakley. The defenseman pinching down deep into the zone. Waved at by Chad Lezyne. The puck comes back out to center. Ryan McGowan plays that one away. Maddie wrestles after it. 50-50 puck. The Gamecocks pick it up. Now it's Nick Peters breaking wide. He's got a step, drops it off for Oakley. Takes a shot there into the glove. A nice save by Badger. He had a clear line of sight. Allowed him to make the stop, and a simple one at that.
Yeah, but that's a big save because Tyler Oakley was right there for the rebound. If that puck went out, Oakley was slapping it home. Good job by Nick Peters working it down the left side, then dropping that puck off. And a good shot on net, setting up an offensive opportunity for the Gamecocks.
This line of Peters, Reese, and Bolger makes you think if the Gamecocks should find themselves defenseman heavy with next year's freshman class, maybe Nick Peters becomes a permanent forward. He's played outstanding here with Bolger and Julian Reese. Their styles complement each other well as Peters fights off a hit there from Charles Dubose. Underneath, blind pass from Bolger comes back to Avery Pruden. He fires it off the inside corner boards. Taken now by Bolger. Goal and an assist tonight right around in front. Julian Reese can't get a good shot off. Broken up nicely. Bolger comes back after it. Battling forward hard. Loose puck taken by Peters. He fights off Pieknik. More behind the play. It goes off a stick right around in front. Never seeing that one was Ryan Ferrone. And in behind the goal, Peters again. The tenacity of this unit. Peters, Reese, and Bolger. They're all over it in the offensive zone here. Finally, the puck chipped past Duncan Hickman. Slotted back in by Avery Pruden. And this Gamecock forward unit will stay on. Puck tipped back in by the Tigers. They'll go for a line change. Bolger swings near side. Sends this one up for Julian Reese. Gathering speed down the left side. He's got Peters with him. Reese to the goal. Backhander right around in front. Big save there by Badger. Julian Reese tried to tuck it home on the near side goalpost. Badger shuts him down. Now back the other way. And at the other end of the ice, Julian Reese, a defensive play, lifting the stick there of Nick Cheser and denying a brilliant opportunity for the Tigers to come within one. 200-foot game in a nutshell from 23 and Garnet. He's on the bench now. Bolger stays on. Exit pass, chipped out there by Alex Siegfried. Gets on his horse and gets after. Wins the battle, though. Takes a spill. And losing the puck after a hit from Duncan Hickman was Samuels. Now in the slot, it's Rudman tries the head fake in that slot area. It goes wide and rolls all the way back out past Hickman. Swinging over for him is Colin Burke. The puck on the stick of Corey Hawkinson. And the Gamecocks will need to sort things out from their own zone. On the forecheck, Tigers causing some headaches. Alex Siegfried sees that puck roll past him and now bounce up over the heads of some players and roll back in for Corey Hawkinson behind his own net. Off the stick of Colin Burke. He will take it now himself after the pass from Luke Rudman. Turnover, puck in the air. Swatted down by Hawkinson, backhanded in. Stopped by Badger and some trouble with it though. Luke Rudman hard after it. Gamecocks playing with their hair on fire right now. Just incensed, and now a step-out shot there from the goal line, shut down by Badger. And now another stoppage. Is the net off? No, more fights and pushing will come. Rudman getting in the kitchen there of Ryan Ferrone. For once, the net stays on, and we'll have a stoppage here. Under 12 and a half to go in the second period.
Yeah, great puck possession from South Carolina so far this period. They held onto that puck for the majority of that section of time. And what phenomenal two-way play from Julian Reese. You talked about it, Dillon. Great chances on the offensive end, then getting all the way back on the back check and taking that puck off that Clemson Tiger, deleting their chance on goal.
Offensive zone draw won by Ronan Egan. Chipping the puck in, Colin Burke. Now after it, Owen Thomas. In the near side, the freshman sends that one stick to side by Badger. Clemson netminder punches that one away, and now it rolls on for Cam Mecca. Mecca with Thomas following on behind him. He tries to send a blind pass back for him. The puck rolled up on him. Though Mecca steals it again from Samuels. Stolen one more time. And the exit pass not clean enough. It rolls back in. The Gamecocks go back to work. Holland for that puck in the slot. Owen Thomas nearly snapped his stick in half, calling for that pass. Samuels has it stolen by Burke. Has a step, shoots one. Blocker save again by Badger. Saw Burke get his first goal of his Gamecock career on a similar play against the University of Tennessee in Nashville. And now back to the play. Samuels turns it to the forehand, and Gormley making maybe his third stop of the period and a big hit in the corner. That will draw a penalty. They'll give some interference to Evan Hoey, and now more after. Hands to the face of Evan Hoey. They came from Jack Owen Turner. We will see if the lone penalty belongs to Evan Hoey or if he will have company in the adjacent penalty box.
Yeah, some action after the play there. Colin Burke tosses the stick back to the Tiger, and he was just beefing with. But Evan Hoey, massive hit, obliterating a man in his own defensive zone. Takes the penalty and then a little bit of a swarm afterwards, but he'll go take a seat with his younger brother, and I'm sure they'll have some great conversations in there.
Makes you wonder what Brendan Hoey's doing right now.
I'm sure he's pretty jealous.
Brendan, if you are listening, there is Well, there's some room for you in the Gamecock penalty box, depending on how close you are to the rink. Although if you don't have a wristband, they won't let you in, so maybe they'll make an exception. At the point, Samuels has it. Another power play here for Clemson. They've gone 0 for 2. It rolls up the wall. Now back down into the slot, broken up nicely there by Ryan Mcewan. Battling for that puck, Mike Bolger. Chipped back out by Mcewan. Racing after it is Julian Reese. Badger knows he's got to get this puck. And intercepted there by Reese. He's got no one in front. Sends it back for Bolger, and it rolled up on him. Off the toe of his stick. Brilliant opportunity for the Gamecocks shorthanded, though Tyler Oakley has just drawn another penalty. No, I saw the official's hand go up. It was a delayed offsides. Play continues here. 5-on-4, the advantage for Clemson. Samuels right side on this man advantage. Bringing it away there from Noah Matty, who has this puck off the boards. Now out towards center, picking it up Mike Bolger. Short-handed, Bolger down the left side, tries to step inside. He's closed off there by Lance Ralston, who is in turn sent down by Bolger. 1 minute left on this power play for the Tigers. Mcewan has it out through center ice. Down the right wing, shoots one. Blocked on its way. Following on is Vanderleest. Rolling in behind the goal. Dropping this one off far side, retreating towards the point. Now it's back for Samuels. Center point, Vanderleest, cross ice. Shut down by Oakley. Racing on, Chad Lezyne. 2-on-1, shorthanded for South Carolina. Lezyne in front by himself, a shot. He put it up and over the pad of the goaltender. Too wide to the left, though. Lezyne at the end of his shift. 30 seconds on the Gamecock shorthanded. As this one rolled back through by the Tigers. Stepping over the line, crossing paths, sending it backdoor shot. Big save by Gormley. He pulls out the two-pad stack. An unorthodox save, but whatever gets the job done, Jacko and Turner can't believe it.
Well, South Carolina trying to capitalize on their shorthanded opportunities. They had more zone time again on this penalty kill than the Clemson had time in their offensive zone, but Clemson answering quickly, getting a chance on net, shut down by Liam Gormley, who's been quiet in this second period, hasn't had a lot to be tested by, but a big save there to sit on that puck and keep it out of the net.
We will wait for Duncan Hickman to make his way back to the Gamecock bench, though the fifth year certainly in no hurry. As off the draw comes Cam Mecca. Chips it past a man. Here comes Mecca shorthanded down the left side. Taking it underneath, rolling back out. He's got Ronan Egan going towards the goal. Egan sees that puck come through his skates. Battling for it with 4 seconds on the penalty to Evan Hoey. Thomas shoots it far side corner. Cam Mecca on it. Hoey out of the box. Joining the fray, Duncan Hickman. Sending that one. Tipped in front, loose there, and diving out after that one is Jake Badger. He'll cover up for another face-off, and almost another opportunity for the Gamecocks there to make it 4-1.
Yeah, Avery Pruden coming in hot, trying to get that loose puck out in front of net, but good job there by Badger diving on that one and securing that offensive zone face-off instead of a chance on net.
Talked a little bit about how much we wish face-off stats could be taken. As now Ronan Egan feeds one in front for Thomas. He sent it just wide. Badger may have gotten a piece on that one. Another centering pass in front. Badger sprawls after that one. Mecca knocked into the Tigers' net. No more will result after that one. That was a solid hit. Mecca realizes it was clean there from the shoulder of Owen Turner. And Badger a little slow to get up.
Yeah, big save by Jake Badger. How about that? Big chance in front for South Carolina. And Badger shuts it down. A couple of chances. Cam Mecca not happy. That Owen Thomas one-timer had that half of the goal open. Jake Badger couldn't get over quick enough, but Thomas just sent it wide or Badger tipped it. Either way, puck will not end up in the goal, and this game remains 3-1.
Thomas can't believe how close he came to Ronan Egan. Possesses it off the face-off. He throws it up off the goal post. What an individual effort there by Ronan Egan. And he came just inches away. Now it's loose in front, and the net has come off. The puck is loose. It drifts in. The fans cheering. Play had stopped. Cam Mecca incensed right now. Puck stays out during play. No goal will be awarded. Cam Mecca jawing there at Jimmy Pieknik. His last game in a Tiger uniform, and he'll go to the penalty box right now.
If you can remember the last time Clemson played at the Plex, Pieknik had his fair share of displeasure with the Gamecocks. A lot of shoving matches and shouting matches on the ice. But right now, nothing to come of it as the refs break up Mecca and Pieknik. Another good chance for South Carolina out in front. And the goalpost coming off, hurting the Gamecocks yet again.
It looked like, if I'm not mistaken, it looked like Pieknik was taken to the Clemson penalty box. Am I incorrect in saying that?
Well, I'm not sure, Dillon. No one's in there now,
He's
but
not in there now.
I think the refs are trying to sort that out. Yeah, as he skates into the box.
It was similar to the, just in terms of a comprehension standpoint, I could have sworn he was taken to the box there, and I'm not sure how he got back out. It reminds me of the Ryan McGowan kicking incident. Certainly thinking to myself, there's no way that I just saw a player kick another one, and then it was announced over the PA system, number 4 South Carolina, game misconduct for kicking, and I was not happy that a player was kicked, but I was happy that my eyes were not deceiving me. So another power play here for South Carolina, their third opportunity. And now riled up, Cam Mecca has this puck. Back to the point. He gets it back from Oakley. Pitch and catch. Oakley sends one high there. Up over the left shoulder of Jacob Badger. And he'll cover for another faceoff.
Yeah, moral of that story, Dillon, is that Dylan Clark is always right. Always trust his gut there.
To the best of my abilities.
Good shot there by Oakley from the blue line. Trying to set up a chance for South Carolina, but good job by Badger to fall on it.
Oakley from the point now. On for McGowan. Drifting back down low, tries to send it back across for Cam Mecca. Held into the line nicely there by Oakley. McGowan stumbles, and he's able to send that puck underneath for Owen Thomas. Turns the Jets on, beats his man to the puck, and now he gets it back. Thomas, alone in front, swinging after Mecca. He scores! Cam Mecca stays with the play. It's a power play goal, and the Gamecocks have a 4-1 lead.
You can hear the excitement of this crowd as the captain Cam Mecca does it again, working his way through 2 defenders out in front and finding a way to get a stick on that puck. And he didn't get all of it, but he got just enough as it squeaks into the goal behind Badger. And the first goal of this second period, 11:30 in. Good goal by the captain Cam Mecca to add to his total.
How many times have we seen the Tigers running around in their own zone, being unable to really clear out any sort of breakout? As this one whistled down here, covered by Jacob Badger, with the puck popping around, they don't do themselves any favors. They just can't seem to get the puck headed up ice, and the Gamecocks are all over that. Their forecheck has been smothering Clemson for really the second half of the first period since.
You're absolutely right. It's been an onslaught in that offensive zone, and it was only a matter of time before something squeaked in.
So the Gamecocks score on their third power play. They are 1 for 3. After an unsurprising battle here, the battles have heated up continuously as this game has moved along here on the 1-year anniversary of that Donnybrook at Bon Secours Wellness Arena back in 2009. Hard to believe that was a year ago already. Made its rounds on the internet as Donnybrooks tend to do. Also February 21st, President Emeritus Harris Pastides' birthday. So happy birthday, Mr. Pastides. And a hit in behind the Gamecock net. Colin Burke sends a man down. Play continues, no call. A clean hit, now a chance right around in front. Sprawling out Gormley. They kick the puck back out to his right, and they can't tap it home. Hunter Jackal has the puck now. Burke fans on that pass back to Jackal. They work it back up the far side boards, and now Corey Hawkinson has it. Sends it up the wall one more time. A solid hit there by Jackal. It's skipping back out towards the point. It rolls past a man. And on his horse is Luke Rudman. Down the right side with some speed. Broken up nicely. Rudman sends it in front looking to feed Siegfried. No, he can't do it. And the puck rolls all the way back for Burke again. Away from Vanderleest. Steers this one in, intended for Siegfried. A little miscommunication there, and Samuels takes over. Sidesteps Burke, 2-on-1. Quick shot there. High and wide past the blocker of Gormley. At center, turned over. The Gamecocks have it. It's Maddie rolling back on across the blue line. Maddie pulls up, shoots one high there. Perhaps tapped by the blocker of Jacob Badger. How many blocker saves has he made so far tonight? And now rolling on it is Chad Lezyne, the freshman. Escorts it back now for Jackal. Point shot, tipped in front. Badger makes the stop. Powderly behind the goal, doubles back, tries to chip it free for Chad Lezyne. Back at the point, Avery Prudent keeps a backhander in. Now it rolls past him for Nathan Ledford. He gets it out towards center. Samuels on this one. With some speed, working back, Duncan Hickman. 84 career games played now 85. And now a chance in front. Gormley makes the save. He sprawls out, gets a Tiger on top of him. Play continues. Clemson has the puck back at the point. Shot there, knocked down on its way. Battled for, won by Chad Lezyne. Joining him, Ian Powderly. Almost a 2-on-1. It's broken up, puck left for Powderly. Right wing faceoff circle. Bodied off the puck, following Chad Lezyne. Avery Pruden at the end of a long shift here, in behind the Clemson goal. Gamecock defenseman now playing forechecker. He puts a man into the boards and now down to the ice. Now 3 Tigers, and now cross-check from Ian Powderly. That'll draw a penalty. And more after from Powderly. Mixing it up there in front with Joe Halsey. I believe it was Alex Schreiber that was taken down by that cross-check. So Powderly sits for 2.
Yeah, and Pruden was up against 3 Tigers up against the boards. And Powderly wasn't having it. So he went in and did what he had to do. It'll result in a Clemson power play. Clemson getting a couple more chances from Thomas Samuels. A good save by Liam Gormley to shut him down, but he is trying to get the offensive play going for the Tigers. And then on the other end, South Carolina doing what they've done really all game. Dominant possession in the offensive zone, getting chances on net. And a good possession for the Gamecocks.
And we've heard, at least for some reason it sticks in my head, I remember a specific broadcast, Eddie Olczyk of NBC Sports Network, talking about cross-checking and where the line is. You know, you can push when it's a scrum up against the boards like that. You can push with your stick on a player's back. It's just once you gain that separation and that wind-up, as a shorthanded opportunity here goes wide, once you do that wind-up and create that separation from the player's back, that's when it crosses the line into a cross-check, and no question there, Powderly is rightfully incarcerated for it. Gloved and held there by the Clemson goaltender. And the connections we talked about on these hockey teams, Corey Hawkinson and Alex Siegfried went to high school together. We got a similar situation on the Clemson bench. Head coach Matt Loughran, New Jersey native, went to Ridgewood High. Liam Clark, another New Jersey native, went to Ridgewood High. Quite a few not a few generations removed, but quite a few years removed from each other. But they find themselves on the same team a few hundred miles south of where they were born. And we've talked about the pedigree on that bench there with Matt Loughran. Won a Stanley Cup with the New York Rangers as a road manager back in 1994. Done some consulting with the Swamp Rabbits of Greenville, though he's had to severely limit his hours here as he's only a few years removed from esophageal cancer. Just a battler. And so now as the Tigers bring this one ahead, and Loughran teaching his team to battle in the same way. They've got the puck right now on the power play. 57 seconds, a collision. Now a chance in front, and Gormley! No, they scored. Looked like Gormley came across with a big save. It's a power play goal. 53 seconds left on that man advantage. Tigers strike back. It's 4-2. They cut the lead.
Yeah, and that started with Julian Reese in the offensive zone. Lost that stick. And suddenly the Gamecocks, who had gotten it going shorthanded, now had one less player shorthanded, missing a stick. Clemson taking advantage of that opportunity, working it in to their offensive zone. And Liam Gormley, it did look like he got over. Quick reaction, but a good finish on the pass out in front. It looked like it was Owen Turner that slotted it home.
We'll wait from the official word now. Reese hustles on. Mecca keeps that one in. Julian Reese seeing some time on that top unit with Cam Mecca and Owen Thomas. Now Mcewan has that puck. Tries to feed it in front. Held into the line nicely there by Cam Mecca. You saw him choke up on his stick there. Cam Mecca draws a penalty. Stick caught him up high in the face cage. Gormley goes to the bench. Ronan Egan, staple gun to the boards. Extra attacker is on. Ronan Egan lets that puck go. It looked like he thought Cam Mecca was there. Samuels touches it up. And with 4:05, the Gamecocks will go right back to the power play. A high-sticking minor will send Jake Lamont.
And this is a big opportunity for the Gamecocks. You don't want to let Clemson back into this game. 4 minutes left in this second period. They got that goal back that you scored earlier in the second period. This is a chance to extend it, make it 3, and a chance to put it away going into this third period.
Much closer game than anyone would have expected. These Tigers have dug deep and have got considerable amount more pushback than they had early on in the season. Now a chance in front of the power play. Save made, the rebound backhanded on goal by Rudman. It goes wide. Now back out to the far side corner. It rolls into the skates of Cam Mecca. Reverse hit there. Gains control of the puck, sends it back for Peters. Thomas wants it. Sends it back now instead for Cam Mecca. Top of the circle, sends one in front. Goes wide on the stick side where it's taken out now out of the corner by Owen Thomas. Back down for Ronan Egan. Too far for him, and Samuels flips this one end over end. A rolling puck back in on Gormley. Cross ice pass, fresh from the bench, Ian Powderly. Taken into the boards, lost the puck. Stripped of control, and a big hit there. Owen Thomas crunches Samuels in front of the Gamecock bench. And we've got another high sticking call. That'll send Ian Powderly to the penalty box. That was behind the play. We missed that one. So that'll extinguish the Gamecock power play. We'll go 4-on-4 for a minute 15. Ian Powderly in for a high stick.
Owen Thomas trying to plead the case for his teammate Ian Powderly. But Powderly will take a seat. And again, a 4-on-4 opportunity. A chance for Clemson to try and climb back into it. A similar situation as we had last period where we talked about a goal either way can really shift the momentum of this game. We'll see what happens on this 4-on-4.
Back-to-back high sticking penalties. A shot right off the draw there. Samuels puts that one into the glove of Gormley. Another face-off here. And we have received word from the penalty box on Cam Mecca's second goal. Assisted by Owen Thomas and Evan Hoey. That is Hoey's first point of the year. Gamecock president missed a considerable amount of time at the beginning of the season with a shoulder injury. Finding his stride here towards the end of the season. As this puck whistled down on the icing, it'll bring all the way back out of the skates of Julian Reese. And we were talking in the intermission with, I believe it was Luke Rudman. Looked down at the roster, I saw Zach Weeks. A little ironic, the Gamecocks had a Zach Weeks just last season. He wore number 27. Well, it's the same Zach Weeks. Didn't make the team out of camp this year. Now plays for Clemson. And quite the change there. One side of the rivalry to another. Zach Weeks may be the only player in history to play club hockey for Clemson, and they score to play club hockey for Clemson after playing for South Carolina. A seeing eye shot wired up over the glove of Gormley. Goal scored at 4-on-4. The Tigers are back in it. We got a hockey game. It's 4-3.
Boy, did that happen quick. Shot at the blue line, working in. And somehow that puck found the back of the net. It really didn't seem like much of a threat. But a weird bounce gets by Gormley, and all of a sudden, it's a 4-3 game with 2:47 to go.
Some concerned faces on the Gamecock bench. Now's the time when they need to dig deep, and this is where the resilience comes into play. An unfamiliar situation. The Gamecocks, again, have only lost one hockey game this season. You can count on one hand the amount of times they've been down in a game, but more importantly for this scenario, the amount of times they've been involved in a one-goal game. That's where they find themselves right now. Time winding down in the second period, still at 4-on-4, thanks to that Ian Powderly high sticking call for 20 more seconds. Right in front of the slot there, it goes too far for Tyler Oakley. He battles back for it. On and across for Corey Hawkinson. Hawkinson playing in his 52nd career game for South Carolina. As he rolls up here, gathering speed through the neutral zone, lost the puck, however. Puck sent way back out. Rolling back is Hawkinson. Taps it back, has it himself, a puck possession monster. Steve Brochu and Alan Sirois, two of Hawkinson's head coaches at different times in his life. The penalty box door for Clemson is wide open. Now they've closed it. Both of those coaches have told Hawkinson to shoot the puck more. They love the way he plays. They love the way he works. They just wish he would shoot the puck more because the kid's got a shot. I mean, you've seen the patented Hawkinson backhander rolling down the left wing. Haven't seen it yet tonight. Abbreviated power play here for the Tigers. They're battling for that puck, and now out of the box comes Ian Powderly. He steps to the bench, and joining the fray is Owen Thomas. He's got to hurry. Sneaking back door, a chance there, blocked by Mcewan. Solid sliding play there. You saw Owen Thomas a little slow to join the play. He throws a shoulder. The Gamecocks are tired right now. Corey Hawkinson picks it up off the wall. Hits Thomas in the middle of the ice. Driving wide, turning the Jets on, pulling up. Sends it across for Egan, a shot. He put it up over the bar. Brilliant opportunity. Badger lost his net. Now Thomas engaged in a battle there. Centering pass finds Vanderleest. Inside a minute to go here in the second period. They'll rule off the icing. Nick Cheser gets to it first in the Gamecock zone. Battling for it there, Evan Hoey drops it back. Point shot, saved by Gormley. The rebound, he didn't know where it was. Picked up here by Owen Thomas. Tries to feed Ronan Egan, they'll go on sides. Now Thomas in front for Mecca, looking for the hat trick, he steers it wide. Centering pass, a shot there, goes off the outside of the cage. And it's kicked off again. The net off its moorings, Cam Mecca denied of the trick. 24 seconds, a one-goal game in the second period.
A couple of huge chances for Cam Mecca, not only for the hat trick, but to get the goal back that Clemson just scored. First off, a shot created by himself, then that puck rolled into the corner, and a slot pass right out in front. And Cam Mecca, the chance to put it home, but couldn't quite capitalize. Big break for the Tigers with 24 seconds here in the second.
Bit of a slow start in the early part of the season for the Gamecock captain. Certainly not a bad season by any stretch of the imagination, just a slower pace than we had come to expect after a solid season. Mecca leading the Gamecocks in points in 2018-19. He's found his stride here in the second half as a puck goes up over the glass. No one any worse for wear. A fan unshaken tosses that puck back down to the ice. Everybody's all right. It's always a little dangerous. It's that area right there, just to our left. Seems like a puck comes out because the glass is what, 20 feet from the seating area, from the top of the seating area. So those pucks come in with some heat and could hurt somebody. Fortunately, this time they didn't. The Tigers bring this one in. 10 seconds to go here in the second period. One more opportunity for the Tigers. A jam play. That one sent just wide. Gormley may have come back with the toe. 2 seconds and one. Time expires in a one-goal hockey game. No one expected that here in the final game of the Palmetto Cup Series. South Carolina won the first two matchups. The Tigers are clinging on here and battling back in the third. We'll send you to a break. Zach and I will drink some water and reflect on what has been the first 40 minutes of this hockey game, and we'll tell you what we think are some important things for you to know when we come back here. Second intermission report on the Capital City Sports Network presented by SGTV. Welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network as we prepare for one last period here from the Plex this season. Gamecocks leading Clemson 4-3, though they began that period with a 3-1 lead. The Tigers, they still got some fight left in them.
Yeah, this Tigers team has really showed up tonight. And it was the same situation with that Coastal game last week where the South Carolina team, I think they just didn't expect it. They were a little overconfident in their preparation with Coastal, and Coastal came out and shocked them early on. South Carolina came back and answered. And this one, Clemson shocked them early on. South Carolina came back and answered, and now Clemson's fighting back. So we'll see if South Carolina can keep the momentum in this third period, keep this crowd into it, and try and take this one home.
Gamecocks can't fall asleep at the wheel here, and really that overtime game against Coastal, when it goes into the algorithm that the ACHA does, it's all done by a computer to determine the rankings. When that game goes in, it doesn't count as an overtime win. It doesn't count as a win. It counts as a tie. So the overtime was really just played just to have a winner, just to say you have one. When it goes into the computer, it goes in as a tie. And Tampa beat Florida State, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, you're nodding your head. Yes, Tampa beat Florida State in a back-to-back series that weekend. So for the final week of rankings, Tampa had 2 wins, and the Gamecocks had a tie. So, and those teams were not separated by anything more than an index card before those rankings came out. So the 2 wins obviously trumped the tie, and Tampa is headed right to Dallas at the end of March, and the Gamecocks will have to take the long road through regionals. That will begin on March the 7th. So we've seen what falling asleep at the wheel can do here in terms of just letting opportunities slip through your fingers.
Yeah, it was definitely a heartbreak for South Carolina when they found out about that Nationals auto bid going to Tampa.
Especially when you spend the entire season in that number 2 slot. Get a little comfortable.
And when you think of the logistics of it, you go into the final week in that number 2 slot, you win that game, whether it be in overtime, and you lose the spot. So heartbreaking for South Carolina, but they're going to have to do it through regionals, and this team has showed a lot of fight so far this season.
One last period here on home ice for Corey Hawkinson, Alex Siegfried, and Duncan Hickman. It's underway. The Gamecocks moving left to right. The Tigers punch this puck back into our left. 15 seconds gone here in this third period. A shot off the outside of the cage. Corralled there, and Gormley makes a save. He fights off the shot from Ryan Ferrone. Ronan Egan lays one across there for Cam Mecca. 2 goals already in this hockey game. No stranger to having hats piled on the ice. He tries the wraparound that won the Coastal game last weekend. He's shut down there by Badger. And we'll have a face-off in the offensive zone for the Gamecocks coming up.
Yeah, Cam Mecca, no stranger to that wraparound. He worked it all the way around, working it down the left wing to get it into the zone, and then beating his man and getting a chance on that. Good save by Badger, shutting that down.
Hawkinson out there, wins the face-off forward, battles forward a little bit there. It's taken away from him by the Tigers. The puck played in by Tyler Oakley inside the red line. Icing waved off. Rolling back to pick this one up now is Halsey. D-to-D pass. Hawkinson comes in on the forecheck. Tigers just a bit too quick. Solid breakout there from Clemson. They'll chip this one in on Gormley. Sticks that one aside there for Tyler Oakley, picked up off the outside of the goal. Ryan McGowan is shut down there by Jack Owen Turner. Collision afterwards. Corey Hawkinson skating up the ice with the puck down the right side. Tries to put it between the wickets there of Samuels. Rolls in on Badger. He'll cover again. A little hesitant in what he wanted to do with that puck. He looked up and saw number 3 skating right at him, and he'll elect to hang on to that one.
Full line changes for both of these squads here early on. South Carolina, another offensive zone opportunity, and shades of the latter 2 periods where South Carolina has dominated puck possession. We'll see if they can keep it up.
Tigers win an important defensive zone draw. They've won those faceoffs when they've had to, as Colin Burke chips this one back in. Tigers go D-to-D. They try the breakout again. Pass just too far. Evan Hoey throws a rolling puck back up through center for Nick Peters. After it now is Bolger. Peters joins him there. And now Bolger, as he's taken down, sees the puck come back to Burke. A shot tipped in. They score! Colin Burke shoots it off the shaft of Julian Reese's stick. The Gamecocks have a 5-3 lead here early in the third period.
Great positioning out in front by Julian Reese, tipping that one home. Colin Burke up at the blue line, sending a puck in. We talked about how he's increased his offense in the second half of this season, picking up his first goal in Nashville. And since then, he's been great defensively and offensively, sending that one in. Good assist by Colin Burke, good finish.
Great hand-eye by Reese, and best start you can think of to the third period here for South Carolina. Shot by Powderly, rebound, scramble in front there. Chad Lezyne can't turn that puck home. He throws a hit instead, and now the puck rolls all the way back out. Kicked out by Duncan Hickman. Hops there, swatted back out. Finally played back down by a glove. They continue to go back and forth. Hickman taken into the boards, and now finally it rolls all the way back down. Like we're watching a game of Pong on the old, I don't remember what system that was. Was that on the Atari?
We'll roll with Atari for now.
We'll roll with Atari for now. Powderly down the right side. He's got Noah Matty with him. Crosses inside, pulls up and shoots that one there. Pops off the shin guards. Rolling underneath now for Matty. More chance breaking out here from the South Carolina crowd. Matty taking the boards on the far side. Stretch pass on that breakout goes too far wide. Pruden chops that one back in. If you can hear it, which I think you can, it's starting to sound like an English Premier League match. Can't tell exactly. I'm not sure if they know the name of the Clemson goaltender. Typically when they do, they're singing it for the whole game, and we haven't heard Badger's name from the South Carolina crowd so far. Oakley up for Thomas now. Right wing again. He's got Egan with him. Quick shot there. Save made. Rebound loose in front. It pops up in the air, and diving out is Badger. He's lost his net. Thomas can't put it in. A scramble in front, tipped on its way off the stick of Ronan Egan. And it goes up and out of play, and have to question what Badger was doing there. He got lucky.
Yeah, dangerous play by Jake Badger, coming out way out of his net to try and field that pop-up of a puck, and he missed it. A chance for South Carolina to put it home with an empty net, but they couldn't capitalize, and I think Badger just lost position of where he was in relation to that puck. But a good chance for South Carolina gone astray.
Badger kicks out the Mecca shot. Rebound turned just wide there by Ronan Egan. It rolls wide now off the breakout. Back with speed, Samuelson. Near side, Vanderleest. Shaking wide. Turns on a cross off the stick of Ronan Egan. The turnover. Samuelson, quick shot, save made. May have been blocked by Ryan McGowan on its way. And it rolls in behind the Gamecock goal where it's taken by McGowan. Escorted up now for Cam Mecca. Popped off his skate. Now he'll skate this one out. Too far for Oakley. One-handed after that one. Rolls in after it by himself. The Gamecock defenseman McGowan and Oakley down low. They move it back up high for Cam Mecca at the top of the circles. Now at the hash marks, right wing loses control. And the Tigers come back the other way. On this breakout, Vanderleest now out to the far side. Tries to drive wide on Hawkinson, who shuts that play down. And now dishes it off the boards for Rudman. Turnover, and this puck up into the crowd. That one a little softer on the velocity. No one hurt on that play. 15:53 to go in the third period. Recently a 2-goal advantage for South Carolina, thanks to number 23 in Garnett.
Yeah, Clemson trying to get something going offensively now. Big chance here on the offensive zone face-off. Try and keep that puck possession and create a chance on Gormley, who hasn't been tested as much in this game.
Off the defensive zone draw, the Gamecocks have it. Hawkinson takes it from Siegfried. It rolls back out to the red line. D-to-D pass picked up by Ralston. Chipped back in too far there off the stick of Owen Turner. So Evan Hoey rolls on to get it. He puts it off the skate of the official. Alex Siegfried out across the blue line back to neutral territory. Feathered back in. It skips wide on Gormley. He sticks it down there for Evan Hoey. Now the cross-ice pass out of the zone. Flagged down. And now taken by Luke Rudman. Drops it off as soon as he gains the blue line. Hawkinson back down low looking for Rudman. On the puck, a centering pass. Can't catch anybody in a Garnet uniform. Back out with speed. The Tigers come near side. Shut down. The pass was intended to come all the way back out through the neutral zone. Now a shot pops off a leg. It is Evan Hoey's. Rolls out near side. Point shot off the toe of Evan Hoey's stick again to the far side corner. Up for Alex Siegfried in the middle of an extended shift. Hawkinson in the middle of an extended shift for himself. And now it's Luke Rudman following on. Driving wide. Shooting one high there. Hits the glass behind Badger's goal. Rolls back for Evan Hoey. Chipped back down on the backhand. Hawkinson trying to feed Peters in the middle of the ice. The puck goes off a stick and a skate and rolls back in on Badger for a face-off.
Good chance for South Carolina there. Working that puck in. Luke Rudman has a one-on-one with the keeper, sends it wide of the net. Nothing to come of it, 14:42 to go.
Peters steps in at center one more time. Not sure if Julian Reese has taken a face-off yet in this hockey game. Bit of a different look for him on the positioning aspect, playing the left wing instead of center. Your defensive assignments become vastly different as a turnover as the Gamecocks try to break it back out. Alone in front of Chance. That one sent wide by Andrew Butterfield. Gamecocks, a couple of hiccups here in the defensive zone as Bolger escorts this one back out for Julian Reese. Near side corner with some speed away from Charles Dubose. Now doubling back near side, he's got Pruden at the point. Finds him off the boards. Chip back down low and Bolger stumbles down. Puck held in by the skates of Pruden. Battling for it with Schreiber, taken into the glass. And now Reese sends it backhanded blindly. And turned over now for Owen Turner. With speed, chips this one back up. It bounces off of Hickman. A shot there. Kick save by Gormley. It was deflected before it got to him. One of the most difficult saves Gormley may have made tonight. On the quick pass, Bolger tries to lay this one ahead for Nick Peters. Reaching out with one hand there. Making a solid defensive play, Thomas Samuels. And now he's got the puck again at center ice. Stepped into by Mike Bolger. Julian Reese has it. Tries to chip it past there. Ryan Ferrone. Now it rolls back and Avery Pruden throws a shoulder. The puck comes back for Samuels. Left side. Now a chance for Clemson. Nice move to the backhand. Sends one in front and almost able to be tapped home there by Mcewan. Tigers threatening. Collision along the near side and that stretch pass turned over. Shot goes wide and the rebound picked up by Oakley. Up off the glass, batted at there. Solid hand-eye coordination there by Samuels. Didn't even hesitate on that one. Looking like Nick Lidstrom batting those pucks out of the air. And because of it, the Tigers have the puck in the offensive zone. That shot off of Julian Reese. The Gamecocks in transition. It is Reese. He's got some speed in a 2-on-1. Reese with Bolger at the center. Reese going on goal. A shot. He can't turn it cleanly to the forehand. And it rolls wide where Reese collects it in behind the goal again. Reese walking, turning, shooting high and wide there. Puck settled down by Bolger. Tries to turn it around the stick of Vanderleest. And now slowly to the bench goes Julian Reese. He was out for a long time. That'll allow the Tigers some room and an opportunity back the other way. Verone sends it back in for Vanderleest. Centering pass, no one home in a Clemson uniform, and now it's Mike Bolger. Steps up and avoids a hit there. Can't hang on to the puck. Million miles an hour coming for him was Nick Cheser. D-to-D pass, more Gamecocks looking to get towards the bench as the Tigers sort this one out slowly from their own zone, deliberately through center ice, stripped of control by Powderly. One Gamecock against three Tigers. The puck rolls up on him. He stays with it, though. Following on Chad Lezyne. He's got the puck in the far side corner. Underneath Lezyne, stripped there. Rolling back out will be Owen Turner. My apologies, looking like James Piaknik. He's taken down, and a penalty will come from that one. A tripping call will send the Gamecocks to the penalty box. And the Tigers to their first power play of the third period. In a game they trail by 2 goals.
This is Powderly's third trip to the box tonight, I believe.
You would be correct, yeah. Third trip for Powderly, and it is on a trip.
And he will sit down for another 2 minutes. Good play by Powderly, picking the puck out of a Clemson defender, working a chance into the offensive zone for South Carolina, but that penalty is going to set the Gamecocks back for the next 2 minutes, and we'll see what this kill can do.
Off the tie-up, it comes back for Evan Hoey, away from Alex Schreiber. Now played down by Ronan Egan. Held into the line by Schreiber. Hash marks, stick handling and sending this one back down low underneath for Butterfield. Butterfield back out to the point now. Held and given back for Butterfield. Walking away there from Cam Mecca. Owen Turner dishes this one back down low. Hoey with the stick checks. Tries to take that puck away from Thomas Carroll. 3 Tigers, 2 Gamecocks. Hoey ends up on his back. The puck rolls free. Battling for it. Quick shot high and up over the crossbar. Off the stick of Carroll. Another turning shot swiveled wide there. Goes on the far side of the cage and battling for it still. Back out to the point. Quick shot. Diving block there by Ronan Egan. The puck rolls free. Taken back by Joe Halsey. Lost it for a moment. Tigers regain control. 1 minute to go on this power play. A shot. They score! It leaks through the wickets of Gormley. A power play goal for Thomas Carroll. And the Tigers are back in it again. It's 5-4.
Yeah, that's the second time tonight that Gormley's thought he's had position on the right side of that net. And the Tigers have managed to squeak it through. Oh no. The goal scorer on the other end tries to knock down one of the towers and fails to do so up against the glass. But the Tigers are back in this game, 10:30 to go. 1 goal deficit now. And Gormley beaten for the 4th time tonight.
Just a seeing eye shot. Looked like Gormley had that post covered and leaked off perhaps his glove. It looked like it went 5-hole in between the pads, and a little bit unorthodox positioning on that goalpost. Typically, the orientation of his pads is a little bit different. Decided to try something else and came back to bite him a little bit. So Vanderleest here in a 1-goal hockey game. Tigers surging. 18 against 18. It's Vanderleest and Pruden. And the puck rolled free there. Onto the far side now. It's taken by Chesert. Away from Peters. Sends one backdoor. Vanderleest a shot. Gormley sprawls out and he's got the puck. Avery Pruden may have broken up that shot there. And Gormley sprawling out. He gets the faceoff.
Vanderleest's hanging his head right now. He had the entire goal open. And boy, did the Gamecocks catch a break there. As Gormley sprawls out and cuts off what little Vanderleest got on the puck.
Shot right off the draw by Chesser, kicked out by Gormley. Now it's Bolger back the other way. He's got Julian Reese. Chip pass, picked up by Reese. Quick shot, he scores! Julian Reese says, take that, the hat trick for Julian Reese.
Just like that, South Carolina gets it right back. Who else? Julian Reese, leading goal scorer in a season in club history, picks up a hat trick tonight. Bolger setting him up, a common combo that we've seen all season long. Bolger, I believe that is his 4th point. I'll have to check me on that one. But an impressive display as Reese got that puck and he knew where to put it. He finished it perfectly.
Julian Reese, 3rd goal of the hockey game, 25th of the season. Just overwhelming so far in this game. You can just see the way Bolger carries that puck up through center. Luke Rudman. Now it is the Gamecocks' turn to surge a little bit here in the 3rd period. Rudman battling for it frantically. It comes out to the far side. The Tigers with a solid stretch pass, though it's too far in the air. That saucer pass a little too heavy on the sauce. Up at about waist level. Hard for anybody to flag that puck down, so it comes all the way back out towards center ice. Luke Rudman, right place, right time. Can't hang on to the puck now. He's got it, a backhand shot there, saved by Badger. Rolling puck sent on goal. And now Alex Siegfried has it. Centering pass for Hawkinson. Following on is Rudman, and he chips that one off the pads of Badger. Back and forth we go. One of the more electric games in this building this season. Hawkinson throws it in for Siegfried. Battling for it there. He takes a man down. Puck rolls free. Now it's McGowan's turn. He steps towards the goal. He's bodied out wide. Falls on the puck. Play continues. Rudman has it. Steps out. Shoots one. Save made by Badger again, and he gets on the rebound.
Big save from Badger out in front. Rudman sent it right onto the pad, and Badger dove on top of it. Calming down that situation, but South Carolina trying to step on the gas. Up 2 goals right now, picking up that goal they just scored and trying to close this game out with 9 minutes to go.
If the Gamecocks manage to score there, the roof blows off this place. So Badger making key saves at the most important time. Now a turnover. Powderly sends it upstairs, and Badger pounces on the loose puck. The rebound goes wide. Thought Badger had that puck covered. Play continues. Rolls up the boards, pinching in his Hoey. Sends it in on the backhand. The right-handed shot playing is offside on D. Big hit back out of the neutral zone. Sandwiched there by Evan Hoey and Hunter Jackal is Alex Schreiber. Taking that man into the boards there, centering past Schreiber. This shot, they score! Tigers strike right back. We go back and forth, 6-5. Clemson's not done yet.
And what an incredible job by Clemson trying to find a way back into this game. They keep fighting even when it seems like it's over. And team president Evan Hoey not happy, slamming his stick after that one as a weird deflection from behind the goal into the net. just like that, Clemson's back in this game.
Looks like they'll take Alex Schreiber for that one. The Tigers with a 1-goal deficit and a considerable amount of time left in this hockey game. Off the turnover, chance back the other way. Cheser, he had Van der Leest going all by himself. Kicked out in front there by Ronan Egan. Now to the far side. Tigers have it off the turnover. Turning shot. Gormley makes a save and swatted all the way back out. Solid defensive clear by Avery Pruden. It goes down for an icing, but at this point, Gamecocks will take whatever they can get. It is Schreiber on that goal, assisted by Andrew Butterfield.
And for Gormley, 9-0-1 on the year with a 2.59 goals against average. So this has been an abnormal game for him with shots on net, finding the net. We'll see if he can bounce back and keep his team ahead.
Gamecocks win the defensive zone draw, and it results in Owen Thomas streaking down the right side, shot there. Shut down again by Badger. But incessant there is Ronan Egan, a chance in front. Thomas for the 3rd or 4th time tonight. Brilliant chance along the back post, and he just can't capitalize on it. Duncan Hickman battling there. Sticks up high on Nick Cheser. More afterwards. Van der Leest with the puck for now. Hickman and Cheser going at it behind the play. Finally, they are separated. Alan Searwalk calling Duncan Hickman off of Nick Cheser. That's exactly what Cheser wanted. He'll go to the box, but he's gotten under the skin of Duncan Hickman, and will the Gamecock former president be headed to the penalty box as well? I would say so.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Cheser knew what he was doing there, trying to egg on this South Carolina team. With 7:30 to go, that's a lot of time to get back into this game if you're Clemson. And you want every advantage you can take, whether that be mental, physical, or whatever. And a chance, you would assume a chance for Clemson on the 4-on-4 here.
An extended conversation with the head official here for Duncan Hickman. He's got more for Nick Cheser afterwards. Pointing towards the ice, and I believe we have not seen the end of Cheser versus Hickman. That just sounds like a UFC fight. We'll have to wait here for the resumption of UFC 221. 7:31 to go in the 3rd period. We'll skate it 4-on-4. Gamecocks with an important defensive zone draw. They win it, and now back on this one is Bolger. They'll rule him offsides, falling awkwardly to the boards. One of the Clemson players. Back up to his feet now, Lance Ralston. Bolger was offsides after he picked a man's pocket. So neutral zone faceoff, and the Gamecocks are working that puck back down in the appropriate direction, or the desired direction. Tigers win the draw right back though. Bringing it on now is Owen Turner to the backhand in the slot. May have been blocked there by Ryan McGowan. Sliding on the seat of his pants. He's back up to his skates now. And brings this one out of the Gamecock zone with speed. Crosses the red line, now the blue into Clemson real estate. A backhand shot there. Nice stick save by Badger. Tigers bringing this one out. Samuels away from McGowan. He's got to hustle back. Stretching it out wide. Winding and firing it. Caught Gormley off the side of the mask. A little disoriented now. Wraparound chance. He scores! Thomas Samuels on the wraparound ties it for the Tigers at 6. And he'll let the Gamecock bench hear that one.
Yeah, the freshman paying off what Cheser wanted. That 4-on-4, an opportunity for Clemson, and then that first shot up high on Gormley. Gormley holding on to that left post. Samuels just worked it behind the net and wrapped around, scored. Good goal by Samuels. And all of a sudden, Clemson's tied. The crowd here that has been so loud all game has started to quiet down a little bit, and 1:17 left on this 4-on-4, and a lot of hockey still to be played.
Second 4-on-4 goal of this hockey game. They both belong to the visitors. The more I watch, we watch Thomas Samuels play here, the more I question the numbers on the ACHA website that he had not scored any goals to this point. Now Owen Thomas has to play that one off of Ian Powderly's stick. Sweeping on is Nick Peters. has it. Tries to drop it off there for Owen Thomas. It goes far wide. Big hit by Peters trying to get things started here. And work the Gamecock momentum back in the way they want it to go. Back to his feet, Corey Hawkinson. Battling for the puck, Nick Peters. Hawkinson comes on to help, and Peters is taken down in the corner by Dubose. Hawkinson with the puck. Steps out, shoots one. Badger makes the save, and the rebound is cleared. Out to the far side, Peters taking the boards. Point shot by Powderly. He fanned on it. Hawkinson blows a tire. Back the other way come the Tigers. Cross-ice pass, picked up by Vanderleest. Rolling out wide, looking towards the middle. Chance in front, a shot, hit the crossbar. Mcewan inches away from giving Clemson the lead. Now another chance, alone in front, poked away into the slot. Gamecocks don't know what to do in their own zone. Chipped out by Nick Peters. Chaos in the South Carolina zone. And now on the ice to calm things down is Cam Mecca. Mecca roaring on. 4-on-4 expires. Bounces back out towards center and Colin Burke. He's got Luke Rudman on the far side. Hits him with the pass. Steps back through center. Rudman down the right side. Tie hockey game for the first time since the first period. Ronan Egan loses his stick and the puck goes up out of play. Into the stands, someone has a souvenir. 5:12 to go, third period. And what a game, what a performance by the Tigers.
Yeah, and we talked about before the game how this would be the first game where Clemson has an extended bench. They might not be as tired come into the second and third period. Here, I think the roles are reversed. South Carolina just seems gassed in their defensive zone. That last shift where Clemson hit the crossbar, it just seemed like the South Carolina defense just wasn't ready for it.
Players standing around watching.
It looks like South Carolina will be on the power play, and it might have been a delay of game penalty.
No, we'll see. Typically they don't, that's not part of the ACHA rulebook, and really a little counterintuitive because you would expect it to be. So we've got an anonymous Clemson penalty up on the board and an opportunity for South Carolina. Whatever the reason, the Gamecocks certainly won't be ones to look a gift horse in the mouth here. Cross-ice pass, Mecca can't hang on to it, rolls on. Gamecocks are on sides, Luke Rudman skating it back down low. Waning moments of the third here. Shot right around in front. Ronan Egan can't put on the backhand. Now loose in front for Rudman. Follow-up chance, battled off there and chipped all the way back out. A solid clear made there by Lance Ralston. He'll head for the bench and Tyler Oakley picks it up. Steering it away from Owen Turner. Oakley galloping through center. Goes wide on a man. Still has it out to the right side. Tyler Oakley in on goal. Now behind. Waiting for the wraparound chance in front. Smoked out there by Clemson. McGowan holds it in the blue line. Waiting. Giving now for Mecca. McGowan center point. Lets one go. Tipped in front. A shot and Badger. An outstanding glove save. Sparks more in front.
And this power play, essentially a chance for South Carolina to bail themselves out of the mistakes they've made down the stretch here. A couple of more good offensive opportunities, but the story of the South Carolina power play has been those opportunities haven't really been capitalized on in the offensive zone. We'll see what happens here, a minute left on this power play.
At the point, Nick Peters tries to move this one back down for Bolger. A skipping puck, cranked all the way back out, and it rolls up on Duncan Hickman. Not only does it escape him, Gormley's got to come all the way back out to stop it. 44 seconds on the man advantage here for South Carolina. Bolger up for Corey Hawkinson. Gains the blue line. Has his pocket picked. It rolls all the way back out for Owen Thomas. And the Gamecocks will try again. Peters overskates that puck. Back now for Bolger. Ahead for Corey Hawkinson. Down the right side, and he blows a tire. Bolger trying to make up for that lost opportunity. Comes back to Thomas, a shot. That one rips off the shin guards of John Mcewan. And behind the Clemson goal, this puck rolled all the way back out. Can Thomas hold it in? Yes, he can. 5 seconds of man advantage. Underneath now for Bolger. Back up top for Thomas. High slot, sent that one off a shin guard. Even strength. The Tigers have killed it off, and they play this one up and all the way back out. Hustling after this one is Julian Reese with 3 minutes to go. 12 goals, split evenly. Picked up by the Tigers off that turnover. Thomas Carroll loses that one, so Owen Thomas plays it rink wide. And the Tigers have it in their own zone. Out off a skate. Bouncer settled down by Ferrone. Sent back out towards center, off the stick of Hickman. Stopped by Gormley. And Hickman carries on. Stretch pass too far for Noah Matty. And they will blow the icing on that one. Face-off coming all the way back down to our right. And the Gamecocks, Zach, they just seem off kilter right now.
Yeah, Hickman had the right idea there, trying to stretch that pass to Noah Matty, but it was just off. And right now, I think they're just in a little bit of shock, having the lead this whole game, feeling confident this whole game after erasing that 1-0 early lead for Clemson. And all of a sudden, Clemson has fought back. I don't think these Gamecocks expected that tonight.
Ian Powderly being told to back off here on this defensive zone face-off. Won by Matty, slapped across by Pruden. Chipped back out by Lezyne, intended for Ian Powderly, though the Tigers take over. Owen Turner sends this one on goal. Gormley kicks it out with the right pad. Now a centering pass in front again. Gamecocks moving this one back out. Duncan Hickman gives an extra whack there. Dropped back, and the Tigers move on again as we approach the 2-minute mark. At center ice, Clemson confident and in control right now. They chip this one all the way back in. Duncan Hickman lays a saucer pass there, goes between the wickets there on Ian Powderly. Chips it back into the Clemson zone where Chad Lezyne gets after it. On this one first, Thomas Samuels. Gathering speed as this puck flagged down in the neutral zone. Cheser has it, drops it for Samuels. 2 goals already, a shot, hit the goal post again. Tigers inches from taking the lead here. Now it's Lezyne down the left side. Now a chance for South Carolina. Egan follows on in front, and Lezyne couldn't tap that loose puck home. As we approach the final minute from the goal line, Ronan Egan on now Luke Rudman. Battling in front, sent one backhanded there for Egan. Rudman on this one. Played away from him, and here come the Tigers back the other way. It is Samuels across the blue line. Takes a hit from Cam Mecca. Nobody in Garnet wants that puck. It's taken behind the goal by Vanderleest. Flagged off by Tyler Oakley. A jam play on the side of the goal goes wide. Turning shot, Gormley makes the save. A scramble in front, the rebound sent wide by Samuels. 44 seconds to go. In the slot, flagged down by Oakley. Clemson smothering in the offensive zone. A shot off the outside of the cage. Gamecocks just need to take the pressure off. Held in at the line, sent back down low. Schreiber in front, it goes off a skate, a shot, cleared out of the paint by Cam Mecca. An unbelievable defensive play. The Gamecocks inches from going down here in the third period. Play of the game from the Gamecock captain. One more opportunity here in regulation, it belongs to the Tigers. Turned over, now it's Bolger. Right wing shot, and knocked the mask of the goaltender off. What a save by Badger. What a shot by Bolger. 10 seconds to go in the third period, and all I can say is wow.
What is happening right now, Dillon? The roles for these teams have completely switched. Clemson dominates possession in the offensive zone, gets a puck deflected off what it looked like a Gamecock in on the goal line, and Cam Mecca comes streaking in and makes an incredible save on the goal line to save this game for the Gamecocks. And then on the other end, Mike Bolger with a chance, 10 seconds to go. A wild shot up high, knocks the mask off the goalie. And we're gonna get a timeout here, a well-deserved timeout.
Now, a wise call there by Matt Lochran. That was the hardest, and Mike Bolger's got the heaviest shot of anybody on the ice right now. And you could see it completely ripped, it didn't pop the mask off, it ripped the mask of Jake Badger off. And there's a smart heads-up play there by Matt Lochran to give his goaltender an extra couple of seconds and make sure he's okay to continue here. Luca Di Giovanni will not have to come in.
Well, with 10 seconds remaining here, if you remember the Coastal game last week, 7 seconds remaining, South Carolina managed to tie it off an offensive zone face-off. I'm sure Coach Alan Searwall is drawing up a similar play as he had set up last week. And he'll send out his, what looks like the number 1 unit. It'll be Reese, it'll be Bolger, it'll be Owen Thomas, Nick Peters, and Noah Matty.
How about this for a finish on home ice in this regular season? Noah Matty to go for it. 10 seconds to go. One last opportunity here. They win it back. Bolger, a shot right off the draw, right into the glove. And that'll take the clock back down to 7 seconds. The Gamecocks chant breaking out here at the Plex. Fans trying to will their team to a late regulation victory. It'll be another offensive zone opportunity for South Carolina. Schreiber gets waved out. Stepping in to take this one, McKean against Maddie, and Maddie wins it back for Bolger. Again, a shot there off the glove and the pad of Badger. It goes to the corner. Thomas, a shot right around in front. Bolger, follow chance. Oh, and Badger with larcenous glove save on Mike Bolger. Keeps the game even at 6 as the final horn sounds in regulation. We will go to overtime.
What a finish. What a finish. What a save by Jake Badger. A couple of saves there. And if you would have told me at the beginning of the period a couple of posts and crossbars on Clemson's end would be the only difference in this game, I would have been quite surprised. Jake Badger coming up big for his team in the final 10 seconds, but up to that point, Clemson ran the final 10 minutes of this third period. Chances in the offensive zone, momentum back and forth, and we've got a good one.
5 goals scored in that third period. 2 of them belong to Julian Reese. The rest of them belong to Tigers. Carroll, Schreiber, and Samuels. Most recent one by Samuel, scored at 4-on-4. He hit the goalpost in the waning moments of that third period, nearly gave the Tigers a 7-6 lead. And a loose puck almost trickled in behind Gormley. Had it not been for Cam Mecca diving back and rescuing that one from the goal line, we wouldn't be headed to overtime. And had it not been for 3 spectacular saves by Jake Badger at the other end of the ice, robbing Bolger multiple times, we would not be going to overtime. But here we are headed towards overtime for the second consecutive night. The second consecutive game, I should say. Last time the Gamecocks took down the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina. By a score of 5-4, Cam Mecca got the game winner in that one. He's got 2 already tonight. Julian Reese has 3 of them. Another South Carolina goal belonging to Mike Bolger. 4-on-4 we skate here in overtime. Julian Reese wins this one back for Tyler Oakley. 1 more goal will be scored in this building this season. The only question is, what sweater will the scorer be wearing? And now it's off the boot there of Julian Reese. Picking this one up, offensive zone. Reese back towards the blue line, sends a saucer pass across for Oakley. Point shot goes wide. Off the outside of the boards here. Taken by Reese and sent back down. Chip back off the turnover. Mcewan lays it ahead here for Reese. Sends one in front there. Couldn't find Bolger or Mcewan, who tumbles into the Clemson net. The official telling him to get lost, giving a shove there afterwards. And more. Mcewan has to be careful not to take a penalty. 4:26 to go in the overtime period.
One thing South Carolina wants to focus on in this overtime period is to prevent those fast break opportunities. We've seen a couple of goals from Clemson tonight on those odd man rushes where South Carolina seemed to have offensive possession on lock and then turn it over, and all of a sudden Clemson comes streaking down the other way.
Gamecocks with a win this season in overtime, a loss in overtime, and a game that ended up in a tie after overtime wasn't enough. So a variety of outcomes through Gamecock overtimes this season. The Tigers have it now. Stripped of control by Mecca, and he blows a tire. Nick Peters follows on. Tries to get to the net by himself. Badger chips it far side. Mecca following on. Takes a hip check, keeps going. Whacking at that puck, and now it's picked up and moved off the other way by Samuels. Near side, easily the most noticeable Tiger out there, save for their goaltender. Van der Leest at center. Tigers trying to get a line change here. Samuels has it. Too many stick handles. He lost. Now it's Rudman down the right side. Pulls up and shoots one. The save made by the left pad of Badger. Puck flipped up. Moved out to Owen Thomas. Lets one go. Tipped on its way. Rudman bounces it. He scores! Luke Rudman in overtime. The Gamecocks take down Clemson at home.
How about that Luke Rudman with the baseball bat swing? The puck popped up into the air, and the hand-eye coordination as the Gator does his chopping to send that puck into the back of the net as there is a mob in front of the Clemson bench. The cup trophy has been run out onto the ice and then run right back off the ice. But these Gamecocks are celebrating, fans standing on top of the glass right now. It is a party here at the Plex in Irmo, South Carolina.
3:27 to go in this overtime frame. Can't exactly call it a storybook finish or a storybook game. One of the stranger ones we've seen in quite some time, but for the Gamecocks who played this one, the fans that attended, and the seniors that can call this game the last one they ever played in a South Carolina uniform. What a game it was.
Yeah, thriller for Corey Hawkinson, Alex Siegfried, and Duncan Hickman. 3 guys that will not be returning to the South Carolina squad. But what a way to end it here at the Plex. You got fans that stayed the entire game through overtime to support their team. And an absolutely incredible game and an incredible win for the Gamecocks.
What a send-off for these fans. Some of them drive 20, 30, 40 minutes an hour just to get here and see these guys battle for 60 minutes. Once a week on Fridays or Saturdays, sometimes twice. And the last goal scored in this building in 2019-2020 is an overtime winner scored by Luke Rudman. His 13th goal of the season as the Gamecocks celebrate just inside the Clemson zone with the Palmetto Cup, their 3rd consecutive year winning the Challenge Trophy between South Carolina and Clemson. Evan Hoey gives it a skate, and it's a story that has to be told. Had the serendipity of running into Luke Rudman in Chipotle earlier today, and we had a conversation about Clemson and how he's scored against the Tigers in both of the prior 2 meetings this season, and he just seems to have a knack for the net when Clemson is in town or when the Gamecocks go play at the Pavilion. I was a little surprised that as time expired at the end of the 3rd period, oh no, nothing on the score sheet for number 20. And who else but Gator in overtime? And a picture that'll hang on mantelpieces and refrigerators and anywhere around what these players call home for many years to come.
And the next stop for the Gamecocks is Wesley Chapel, Florida. They'll celebrate now. They're excited for this win against Clemson. But I can tell you, these guys are determined, and they don't want regionals to be the end of the road.
So with that, we will see you in Wesley Chapel, Florida on March the 7th. The Gamecocks taking on College of Charleston. It's going to be a bit of a longer break. 2 weeks off. The Gamecocks will have plenty of time to rest. But for right now, they will reflect on an electric win. This will be, again, the last game in this building, but not the last game you'll get to see. We'll be with the team every step of the way down in Florida. We can guarantee you that. So for all of you that have joined us at any point during the season, all of you that have come out to these wonderful games and seen the Gamecocks grow the game of hockey in the South, we thank you for watching tonight and every night. For Zach McKinstry and all of us here at the Capital City Sports Network, my name is Dillon Clark. Good night, South Carolina, and forever to thee.